Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mediak. Hey, everyone. We have a funny bit planned, and you guys are going to be in on it. Cassie is waking up from sleep right now, and she's going to be joining the podcast halfway through or a couple minutes in. Honestly, it could be anything. But the second we do it, we're gonna play a little. I mean, the second she joins in, we're gonna play a little joke. But yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to Mediak. As usual, we got Skylar, Chan, Austin over there, Zach right here, and then as we just discussed, Cassie will be. Chandler has a little sponsorship thing, I guess. Yeah, but Cassie will be joining here in a little bit. And today we're going over a commenter's recommendation for a movie. We're going through the Knives Out movies, directed and written by Rian Johnson, starting with obviously the first one, Knives Out. The only one that released solely in theaters. The other ones were streaming movies for the most part. And then, as usual, stay tuned for after our review if you want to see some movie-related news and other stuff that we've been watching and stuff in between recording. I know that these two saw the Mario Galaxy movie, so if you guys are interested in hearing at least half of the podcast's opinion on that, stay tuned to the end. But Austin's doing the summary. Tell us about Knives Out.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we're here together because it's Jesus Day, so...
Yeah. Yeah, oh, Jesus. Okay. So, scene is set. It's a funeral kind of thing, but it's more of a mystery. I'd say interview for the detectives trying to get a hold of this family that is probably the most dysfunctional family that has ever existed. We get it from the perspective of the nurse of the guy who died. And she's having a tough day, and we find out later it's not just because her buddy and patient died. She had some mixed feelings about that day as well, but we'll get to that as well. So they're asking everyone these questions, trying to get an idea of what happened, because this guy killed himself. I don't technically need air quotes on that.
That, and also I don't even know if we're allowed to say that.
Oh.
You've committed. We keep going.
He killed himself. He slit his own throat. We're going hardcore. Okay. Yeah, sorry, people. That's not.
Those are just out the window.
You're just like, what? I mean, we've already lost the promotion monetization, so just like keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're asking the family questions, trying to get an idea of the night before it happened. It was Harlan, that's the name of the author / the patriarch guy of this whole family, and getting the opinion of his children, his children's children, his children-esque, as in like former child-in-law or daughter-in-law type thing. Just his whole family, and they're getting all the tea of what was going on and all the family drama. And while they're doing that, there's a mysterious man clicking piano keys in the background just to piss people off.
Yes, that was the reason.
That was the reason. So in that mysterious man is our, I'd say, adjacent protagonist. I mean, it's still told by, I'd say, the nurse's perspective for the most part. But that is our Benoit Blanc, and that is Snoopy.
That is true.
Yes.
I thought that was also going to be Snoopy.
Hold on, wait. No, mine's better though, because mine is Zach.
Oh, that is, yeah. Wait, mine also might be Zach. Keep going with the.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
So yeah, he's getting the tea on all the family, and they're like, "Why we getting interrogated? Our dad / grandfather / loved one just died."
Oh.
And it turns out that our detective man, who is the best detective in all of the land, was hired by someone to investigate this, I was going to say murder scene, but this suicide. And he does not know by whom he was hired. So he's continuously kind of going through, trying to get all the information, seeing how the different members of the family hate each other. They hate Walt, like the one son, because he's not a self-made guy. The one other son is kind of an idiot, and he takes the bait to trash his family. The daughter is fairly well put together, and I mean, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, so of course she is. and she's kind of mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like an asshole.
She's an asshole, but like she's smart and she doesn't do anything necessarily bad, and she's probably the most self-made out of them.
I won't deny that, but she's still an asshole. I wouldn't want
she's
around
eternal.
that. What was
She
that?
has external bad things happening to her.
That's what I'm like, as far as the children go, like her two sons, she is in my opinion, I think the most innocent of them. I don't matter. Jamie Curtis, I love her. She's great.
Yeah, she's goated. I like that shot of the cigarette in her mouth at the end of the movie. It's so good.
It is.
Great actor. Yeah.
Yeah, we find out through Benoit Blanc's questioning of the nurse that she has a superpower, actually, which is more of a super weakness. But in this case, it is a superpower for Benoit Blanc because she cannot lie. She, anytime tries to lie, will just hurl all of her guts out. So he's using her as a kind of baseline for everything through his investigations. So this becomes this sort of murder mystery thing with Benoit Blanc, the detectives that are working there, and the nurse that they have there, who is having a rough time with all this. And we soon find out, I'd say, I was going to say halfway through, like 2/5 of the way through the movie.
It's like a solid third into it.
I was feeling confident.
It felt like, it's something like that. Before half.
Yeah, definitely before half. Fairly early on in the movie, we find out that she actually killed Harlan, and what had happened was they were playing this.
Sky,
what have you been watching?
So I've been playing a little bit of Rivals with the new season coming out. Just saw the Mario movie, and I know me and Chan want to talk about it after, so I'll bring that up at the end. I've been watching a good bit of Scooby-Doo. I went back to the Scooby-Doo show because
we're on the
that
last
was
segment.
my favorite.
Right.
And then, me and Lily are completely caught up on the One Piece live action.
Hey,
So
let's go.
That was huge. That was huge for me and Lily this weekend. That was huge. And then obviously, after we watched the Mario movie, Lily's like, I want to play Mario. So we started off with Dr. Mario, and she won one and I won one. And then we're like, okay, now we're going to Mario Kart World. We went there, swept her. Oh my goodness, swept her. Yeah. Like the very
If it was
last
Mario
one we
Wii
did,
though, she'd kick your ass.
Oh, for sure. But we don't bring that one. And the last one, we actually tied. And I was like, do you want to end now? This is the closest you're going to get. Because I already won the 3 before. So I was on my high horse. And we tied. And I was getting a little nervous at the end. So that's what I've been watching mainly. I still need to read the One Piece chapter that'll come out tomorrow.
Dude, holy shit. Dude, it was so good.
I think I saw a spoiler for it, and I'm so mad.
The devil is here and he's hot.
Fuck, it was that. Damn it. I was hoping it was wrong. I saw Emu.
No spoilers here. Come on.
Some of us had some legwork to do.
But okay, it's fine. I have to wait like 26 hours, pretty much. Because it'll be out at noon tomorrow for me. Yeah, do you want to swing it back to Cassie because we didn't get what she'd been watching?
Yeah, sure, Cassie. Let's hear it.
This is a dumb bit.
Did you believe for like even a second that we were actually in the final segment? Or no?
And he
Did it really well, honestly. I thought so too. Yeah, I thought
you heard us talking?
No.
Oh, okay.
I joined. Oh my Sky, what have you been watching? That was really good, by the way.
Yo, let's go. It was all Chandler. He was the one that locked in for it. I honestly kind of paused for a second. I froze, and then Chandler started talking, and I know.
I feel like I was like half a second to like lock in. I was like,
yeah,
gotta say it.
It was impressive.
I just immediately shut up.
No, it was good.
I genuinely had no idea how to react for some reason. Like we actually practiced it, and then I just was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I mean, we
You know what
did.
would have been so funny is if I hit the Discord soundbite while we were waiting for Cassie to join. It would have been so evil.
It would, dude. That actually would have been evil. I would have been so scared.
That would've
I
been
would have
good.
froze up randomly. Cassie, we did actually start because we thought that this would be a funny bit, but Austin's doing the summary. That's like that's my point.
Yeah, we're like,
He's,
Okay, perfect.
he's halfway through what you're at. They're using her as a baseline for their.
Yeah.
I think you're to the part where they switch the stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we find out that Marta, who's her name, I don't think I've said that up to this point. After the party, she was playing Go with Harlan. It's Harlan or Harlan?
It's Harlan.
Harlan.
I kept calling him Harlem throughout the movie, though.
I was going to say the name, at least in my opinion. He should work on getting that changed.
Harlan is an actual name. Harlem is a street.
Austin is a state, or Austin's a city.
And also a name, like, but
Gosh, yeah.
whatever. Keep going.
Okay, yeah. So they're just playing Go, having a good time. He's just like, you know what would make this better? Drugs. And he's like, yeah. So she pulls out the good stuff, the morphine. But first she has to give him his normal medicine because he's had some health condition things that he needs that for. And she injects him with 100 cc's of whatever that medication is. And then she's like, okay, time for the good stuff. And she pulls out a bottle that says the normal medication, realizing that she gave him the good stuff at, I think it was like 50 times the dose. And for some reason, this makes Harlan very interested in this method of killing people. And he is very
He's an artist.
He's
Come
an artist.
on.
He's like, oh my God, I write these murder mystery novels. This is such a great way to kill someone. And I'm definitely not in danger right now. He says 5 minutes before he dies. So because he is this murder mystery genius, and once he realizes that Marta does not have the antidotes and the ambulance is too far away, and he cares about her a lot, and her mom is in the country illegally, and her family really can't take all of the scrutiny that would come with murder. So he's like, we're gonna conduct this plan, and you're gonna go in, make yourself an alibi by walking around in my clothes after I kill myself. But first you're gonna go ahead and make a show that you're leaving. And basically he just conducts this alibi for her to make her go from murder suspect number 1 to an impossibility, as he says. And so that's like some backstory that we get. And now the fact that Marta and Benoit Blanc are looking through things, and she has her little, vomit superpower, super weakness, whatever you want to call it. It makes it real hard for her to kind of keep going with this bluff, and she has to very particularly tell parts of the truth that he helped her with. But yeah, he ends up killing himself in front of her for some reason. I'll get into that later. And then they continue with their investigation. And they're getting closer to kind of finding her out. They want to see her through a VHS tape. He sees like the tracks of her coming back in like the secret window. And then all of a sudden there's the will reading, and everyone is waiting to hear how much money they get from their dad, who they all kind of hated, and he hated them, but they're like, it's all right because we're going to steal his money now. And turns out he gave all of his money and assets and the book company to Marta, his nurse, because the rest of his family sucks. And they're all really upset about that because that's all they care about is the money. So Marta is trying to escape, and she ends up has some car troubles, and gets saved by the other son, Ransom, also known as Hugh, which is an important plot point. So he takes her out, and they get some food. He fills her up with baked beans and sausages, and is like, okay, I know my grandfather didn't kill himself, and you can't lie, and you just ate a bunch of food that's gonna be gross to throw up, so you got to tell me what's going on. So she confesses the murder, instead of throwing up, because that's what most people would do. And then they go on. He's like really
Well, not even that. It would have, even if she lied, he would have known the answer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but
She had to. There was literally no other option for her.
she could have just left.
I mean, that is objectively true. Yeah, she could have just got
Or
up
just
and
not
walked out.
answered.
Yeah,
Not confessed to murder.
A lawyer
This guy
first.
who is like the dark horse of the family.
right.
Everyone kind of thinks he's like a bum. But he is apparently a good guy and is wanting to help her out just for a portion of the money. So they go through this process of kind of trying to help her and disguise the murder. And then it comes to the next day where she gets this mysterious like message about being blackmailed and I know what you've done. And she has this whole thing where she goes to the, oh my God, what's it called? The place where they have medical records.
I fucking okay.
The blood place.
The blood place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the death
There's
place.
the blood toxicity report, which she thinks is going to.
Chandler got it.
What was it?
The morgue.
The morgue. What? Really?
Is it? I don't know.
No, I mean,
Let's call it the morgue.
The morgue.
I don't know if that's what that's just what Zach was referring to. Sorry.
Someone burned the morgue down with the blood toxicity report, and apparently the person blackmailing her has that report because they like had like a copy of it in the letter. And then she's like, "Okay, I got to meet this person at this address at this time." And she goes to do that, and she finds out that it is the other housekeeper lady, but she's dead and has a really creepy spider on her eye. Except she's not dead for the moment, and she says, "I know what you did," and that the subtitles she did say "you" at that time.
She did. Yeah. She did in the subtitles. Yeah.
But then she is a good person, and even though she's probably gonna get like in jail because of it, she calls an ambulance to save her. And then she confesses to Mr. Benoit Blanc of all the stuff that she's done. And they go to tell the family and say, like, "Hey, sorry, I killed your grandpa, your dad, whatever. Like, we're chill now, right?" And then they find the toxicity report in the weed stash. And Benoit Blanc interrupts Marta from confessing and is like, "Nope, she's going to take all the money. And also, I'm going to have this really cool scene where I flesh out all of the things that happened." And plot twist again, what had happened was that she did not actually kill him. Because she has this another superhuman ability to tell the viscosity of the liquids and the differences between them, just knew without reading the label, because she doesn't like to read labels.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Especially with what you're doing. Like I would not risk that.
Yeah. Thicker, I can just inject it with this. But Ransom had swapped the vials, like the liquids in the bottles, hoping that she would kill him. But because she had that superpower and could tell the difference, she gave him the right stuff, but then looked at the label and saw that it said the wrong stuff. So he had killed himself for absolutely no reason. And Ransom had realized this when she confessed to him and set up this whole plan, in for a penny,
In for a pound.
Yeah.
Burn down a building,
Burn down
just
a
a little
building.
bit of arson.
Killed
It
the lady
happens.
like the housekeeper lady who was actually blackmailing Ransom, but he made it seem like it was Marta. And then she got him to confess to killing her by saying she wasn't dead, and then she was dead. And he tried to kill her, but it was a prop knife. And then she has this really cool scene where she's standing on the roof, and it's like, "This is my home," or whatever on the mug.
Yeah.
And happily ever after, because she's a good person, and mystery solved, even though there wasn't a mystery, and except there was, you just didn't know it.
Yeah, there's a mystery for about like 25% of the movie.
Yeah. That's
You better
really
sell that
cool.
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sell the house? No, I'm keeping that
Yeah.
house. That is a
No,
coolest
dude,
thing
there's too much-
ever.
Oh, dude, there's so much trauma in that place.
No, you're right. So I'm gonna apologize for two things. Oh wait, you were gonna say something, Skylar? Yours is definitely more important than mine. Mine's a joke.
I immediately I think this is gonna go to a positive. It was off of something that I think probably all of you will not like. I don't think it was a superpower that she could tell the difference between the two. She's a nurse. She does it all the time.
Yeah,
They're
I
definitely
do
small
agree with
things that
that.
she picks up on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are definitely small things that you can pick up on. Like, there's definitely something that all of us have done that much to where like a person who doesn't do it can't tell, but we can all tell without really having to second check ourselves. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it was like a figure of speech. He was saying that. But
I was exaggerating. I'm like, I don't know how realistic it is and how different the viscosities are. I just think it's more crazy that she doesn't even double check herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
The confidence. I'm certain I'm not gonna hit you with an overdose right now. I'm just really
She checks
confident. Yeah.
well after she already injects him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think that's
But also, what do you think about that scene when she's injecting him? He's playing it out like, oh, this sounds like a crazy story where you inject someone with the wrong dose, and then you go to look for the antidote, and it happens to not be there. Tell me, Marta, is it there? It's like he knew. It's like he knew it all, how it was all going to pan out. Seems kind of interesting because it throws you off.
That's one of the things I was going to apologize for because, well, both of the reasons are because I haven't seen the movie since it came out in theaters. I think in theaters I was so confident that Harlan was the murderer. Like he set up this whole like clue plot himself so that he would like end up doing that and giving his money to Marta or something like that. I was so convinced of that I thought that's actually what the movie was for the last like 3 years. And G loves spoilers. If she goes into a movie, she's like, how does it end? Who is the killer? What's going on? I said it's Harlan and Chris Evans. So the entire time she was waiting for the Harlan twist. And it never came.
See, I think. I mean,
What a twist there.
like it was. Oh, go ahead, Sky.
Oh wait, what was I gonna say? Oh no, you called on me. I blanked.
Continue with what I was saying then, and then you can interrupt me again. So he had the comment of not knowing the difference between a fake knife or a prop knife and a real knife. And from that scene on, like I knew that was foreshadowing, and it was. I just assumed he didn't kill himself and it was like a test of his family. And I was like waiting for that the whole movie. Except for the like blood that came out when he did that. But I assume they could somehow explain that.
Like a squib of some kind that's already on his neck.
With that, like, why do you do that? Like, why did he like he was not doing it? He's like, let's traumatize the one person in my life I truly care about and he's a good person by killing myself in front of her brutally. Yes, Mr. Interrupter.
God.
He didn't mean to. She came back in the door. She left.
He could have waited a
He
second.
had a line of dialogue before he did that. It wasn't like timing. He was just like, go Marta. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have gone out better.
I thought he was like, go, Marta. She walked out the door. She's like, I forgot my medical bag. Walked back in.
No, she tried to like convince him out of it. And then in that moment, he was like, what is done is done. And then he just immediately did it in front of her. And I was like,
he did. He 100% had a line.
I like the scene following that though, where she like locks in because that in a lesser movie, they wouldn't have held on her face enough for her to have been like going from trauma into her realizing, well, I'm in. Like, there's nothing else I can do now except do the plan that he told me to do. And I really like that scene a lot. Yeah.
What's stop it? Why couldn't he just why couldn't they have set it up so that he overdosed himself? Like she left the medical bag, right? Regardless.
Yeah, but like, why would he have done that?
Yeah.
And plus, like, the guilt would automatically go to Marta because it's not like, I mean, I guess he could have written a letter saying that he did it.
What if they did the same exact thing though? Like she walked in and pretended to wear his clothing to give her an alibi that she had left before he had gone downstairs and back upstairs. I think if you're saying like, why do you have to kill himself? He could have just let the morphine kind of take him out, I guess, and then stages that he took it himself.
The problem with that is that she is the caregiver and she has like control over that. So they could have like set her up for the murder much more closely than if he just slit his own throat. You know?
He's also a
that too, yeah.
Yeah.
I love him, by the way. Like that's the main reason why I thought he was the murderer, because he was so into it whenever he was dying. I really liked that. And I was like, and also he came up with that plan so fast, which I know that he's like a genius writer or whatever, but I was in my head whenever I watched the movie the first time, I was like, it's because he thought about that. He thought about the situation and he's figured it out.
He's
But-
a murderer, though. You're right about that.
Technically, yeah. What'd you guys think of it not really being a murder mystery movie for the majority of this movie? What we can go
Cassie,
around the
you wanna go
clock.
first?
Yeah, Cassie, you head up first.
Yep. I think because of that, it kind of dragged just a little teensy tiny bit in the middle
Mhm.
for me. But I mean, I did think it was a cool way to do a murder mystery
Yeah.
kind of movie. Maybe you can call it that. But no, it was different. I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely was a little bit disappointed whenever I first saw the movie because I really wanted something like murder mystery, but then I for some reason my brain shut off whenever we found that she was the murderer. Skylar?
I enjoyed it, but I thought that the time that it did, I thought we were more than halfway through the movie at this point. Because I wasn't like actively checking the time, and this is my first time watching this movie. So, whenever it was found that she did it, I was like, "Oh my god, we have like 40 minutes left." And then I was watching with Lily, and and it was an hour and a half, and I was like, "What?" But I think I actually liked it more because it was like in the moment, I was like, "Okay, now they're just trying to get her out of it," but looking back on it, it was like part one of a mystery and then like part two of the mystery. So I actually think I enjoyed it more than I disliked how long the movie felt in the moment.
I love that point of view. Actually, I totally agree with it because that's actually almost exactly not word for word, but similar to a point that I wrote down myself. I'll talk about that afterwards. Chandler, you go.
It's a bad note.
Knives Out.
No, insanely tight story, but slightly bloated movie.
Yeah, that's the quote that I said that Skylar hit.
Yeah.
The movie is insanely
Oh.
tight, where like everything fits together and it's so well written. But I felt like the middle of it is a little bloated. Like
the fat.
Yeah, it's tight but fat. Exactly. Chandler.
I like it. What do you mean by it not being like a murder mystery? Is it because of how much it's spoon fed, or
No, because you know who the killer is for the majority of the movie, or you know who the.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, okay, we did
Yeah,
that. You
I
guys
like
did
this.
that.
I like this sort of movie. It's very similar to like the Murder on the Orient Express films. So it's not like it's the only kind out there. I think it's very similar. Like Benoit Blanc is like their dude's.
Yeah,
mustache man.
he's similar to the Mustache Man, but like the presentation of this movie is so different from any murder mystery I've ever seen. Because like
think
the
Netflix
entire
does it
middle
better.
chunk of it is just a thriller because she's trying to outrun the cops because she thinks she's the killer, and it's so
Yeah, I think it does a really good job at confusing the viewer and how they use that that note that was meant for Ransom and how he used it on
yeah.
Marta. I think that's super smart and
Yeah.
it really super confusing. Actually, it really does need to get spoon fed to you to kind of make sense of it. By that I mean like the exposition dumping, which I do like. Kind of like at the very end, to answer your question, how Benoit Blanc kind of just spits it all out. In some ways, it's smart. I think it's cool, but I also like you have to just accept it as fact. Like, sure,
I like
I'm
that.
sure that's how it all worked out.
In a lesser movie, they would have just held on him and he talked, but we like kept cutting to like things he was talking about and seeing them in a different angle. I think that Ryan Johnson is. Hey, some people might not like him. I think he's an incredible director. Genuinely, it's
Yeah.
these all of his movies are insanely at least fun to visually watch.
Last Jedi.
No, we don't have to. We can talk about that in 2 years.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. When we do all the other Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
I'd say from my perspective, I think the fact that it switches is cool and it's a nice twist, but I remember watching it my first time and I think it definitely lessens the first experience, at least it did for me, because I like the whole trying to figure things out part of it. I think it lessens the first experience of the movie, but it improves later experiences. I think every time I've rewatched the movie, it's been more fun because you can see the little hints and details of how they're kind of foreshadowing the fact that Ransom did it and Marta like is innocent, and it's like this whole theme of like being a good person it prevails over all or whatever. But yeah, I like that it was like swapping back and forth between I'd say mystery and like thriller. But definitely that middle bit between finding out that it was Marta and then I'd say whenever like the whole spiel at the end, the exposition dump, as Chan said, it's definitely a bit of a lull. But I think it's better when you rewatch it, in my opinion.
I do agree with that. My funniest scene is a scene that's only funny on a rewatch. If those who have rewatched it might have caught it.
Is it Granny?
No, it's this one. You can see my notes; they're right there. Get it? Whenever he says that line, and I went, "Ha ha! That's a reference to the movie."
No idea what that means.
What? You know? What? Okay, we'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah, did you guys notice? So, I read an article or watched a video a while back when this movie first came out about like the definitive points in which the movie changes genres. And I either misremembered it or misread it because I thought it was every time a coin was flipped in this movie, but it's wrong. The only time that a coin is used to symbolize the change in genre is the very first time. And I love that first like switch because it's so hard. Like the tone of the movie like completely changes from like kind of fast paced, like what's going on here, to completely slowing down in its entirety. And we're just seeing like the story and how it played. And it was so well done. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Whenever he flicks the coin and it like is super slow-mo, and whenever it lands, we're in the flashback with Marta.
Marta is being questioned. She was on that throne of knives.
Exactly. Yeah. And the second that coin is flipped, the tone completely changes in the movie. And it is so well done. Where it flips back to being murder mystery is where, at least where I kind of put it together, was whenever Benoit said the words "knives out" at the very end, whenever he was like freaking out about like after he read the paper. That's whenever it became back to a murder mystery. Go ahead, Skylar.
You mentioned the piano tiles before.
Yeah, Austin did. Yeah.
What does that symbolize?
It symbolizes every time he felt like they were lying and in their sentences, or not sentences, or like maybe not lying because they were kind of lying the entire time, but more like he saw
their stories didn't match.
Exactly, yeah, an inconsistency in their stories.
Okay, that's what I thought, and then I completely disregarded it the entire rest of the movie because he kind of said it outside.
Yeah,
and I was like, maybe that wasn't it. And I thought I was wrong. And then you brought it up. Well, Austin brought it up, and somebody brought it up. I think it was Austin. Because, then I thought I was wrong. Okay. I thought I was missing something huge that would have like changed.
No, you're good. And it's not changing anything. I forgot to apologize for my second thing. The first one was I'm apologizing to G for thinking that Harlan was the bad guy. My other apology was to Benoit Blanc, because at the last time I watched Glass Onion and whenever I watched Dead Man Walking, what's the
something Dead Man.
Yeah, something dead. Wake Up Dead Man. I am under the impression that Benoit Blanc is not a good detective and he just takes advantage of the situation. But in this movie, he's pretty clearly a good detective.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
He doesn't like I remember you saying that after watching the third one, and I kind of agreed with it in this movie. Like, I still think he's a good detective, but in practicality, he gets everything spoon-fed to him evidence-wise through this. Like, there's never a point where he discovers something necessarily. Like, he put the pieces together, but it's easy when you have 4 pieces of a puzzle that very clearly.
That's true. And he did say, like, he always knew Marta was at least attached to it because of her shoe. But like, yeah, I was gonna say he could also just have, like said that. Like, it doesn't mean that he has to have like actually thought that. He could have just noticed it and been like, yeah, I've known since the beginning, actually, because I'm the GOAT. I'm cool and shit. All right, I've been talking to way too much this episode. Someone take it away from me. I don't deserve to speak
I have
anymore.
one non-important point I want to ask everybody about. What do you think about James Bond with a Southern accent?
Dude, I was just thinking that, actually.
Oh, it's great.
It ain't it, bro. It ain't it.
I loved it. I loved it.
It made me laugh.
So
What Cassie said.
I don't know. I live in Texas now, man. There are people who talk like that. Like, it sounds like complete over exaggeration of a Southern accent, but those people exist in this world, and I thought it was hilarious. Like I loved it.
It's
What was the line? KFC, CSI, something like that.
Yeah. Dude, whenever he was like, but there's a hole in it. A donut. That fucking got me so bad. A donut. And then there's a hole within the donut hole. Another smaller donut. That fucking killed me. And it's because of the accent that like actually got me. I don't know why. It's just so funny to me for some reason.
So I've never heard him speak without that, like, it's usually like a British
Yeah, he's a British
accent,
kid.
right?
British.
So I've never heard him anything but that. So I saw him come on, and I was expecting the norm from me, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, and I was watching with Lily, and she goes, "Why is he Southern?"
And there was on like the fourth movie to come out, and he just has a British accent. He's like, "Yeah, I've been messing this whole time."
He just drops it. And it's entirely
Really funny. Yeah, but that one I had to get everybody's opinion on because I was it took me like 35-ish minutes for me to get used to the fact that he has a Southern accent now. Every time he talked, I was like, this feels weird.
Yeah,
For like
I totally get that.
so long.
You're not the only one that feels that too, because I know people hate that.
I'm still not used to it, Sky. I don't necessarily hate it. I'm just not used to it. So
Dude, I was watching this movie and I was like half asleep, kind of, and I kept thinking it was Jeremy Renner. I knew it was not. It was James Bond. I look up and be like, that kind of looks like Jeremy Renner. No, it wasn't.
You're kind of
It was
on
the accent that was
I keep
throwing me off. Because why would James Bond be Southern?
I feel like Jamie Renner could do that.
Also,
Yeah,
he's in the
I don't know.
franchise twice, actually, in 2 different movies.
Oh, that's right. He's in the third one, right?
He's in the
I
third
haven't
one.
watched the second one ever, so that'll be new for me.
Wait, you did the second one?
Yeah, he's in the second one. They mention his app or hair salon or something. They're like, oh,
Really?
Jeremy, yeah, being dead serious. People had like, whenever the third movie came out, they were like, oh, this franchise is terrible because how can Jeremy Renner exist and then also someone in the universe that looks like Jeremy Renner? This is terrible and stupid.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I like
Shout out to Jeremy Renner app.
something like that. Oh, it might not be the app. I think I might be placing the app in there. Something of his products, I could also just be wrong, is in the second movie. We'll see it next week whenever we come across that. So that'll be exciting. Yeah, I don't know why I said I got nothing. Go ahead, yeah.
Are we positives or negatives?
Been to
Can I say another positive?
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah. Oh, I had one more positive too.
Okay. Well, I was
You
just
can go.
gonna say I think Ana de Armas's acting was phenomenal in this movie.
yeah.
Like, I thought the emotion she showed in that scene with Harlan and like definitely throughout like that whole helping I can't remember the other housekeeper lady. Fran, yeah. I don't know. I thought she was super likable, and I'd also was just like an intro to throw in a little fact I know. She didn't know English going into this movie. Like when she
Yeah,
did
that's
her
crazy.
audition. Yeah. I don't know how. I'm like Chan seems like you know that. Did not seem like you knew.
I did not know that. No.
Yeah. Apparently in her like audition taping, she just like was repeating like just basically repeating words she didn't know at all, and then she got like cast, and then she had to learn the entire language pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. For like, is this her first movie then? This is or
It couldn't be because she's in Blade Runner, and Blade Runner came out before this. But she didn't really speak all that much in Blade Runner. No, she did.
no, what you're saying though, Austin, I've heard that before, 100%.
But like Blade Runner came out in 2017, I'm pretty sure, and this was a 2018 movie.
Where's it really?
Yeah.
Won't be surprised if it's then. Yeah,
Wait, is it 28? It might be 2019.
I lied. Okay, wait. So I was right that did happen, but it was for War Dogs and not Knives Out. Okay, so that's sorry guys.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak ass by myself.
Well, whenever we do the movie War Dogs, whatever that is, you can do that same fun fact again.
Nice.
There you go.
Foreshadow.
Fun fact: Ana de Armas did that thing. It's not relevant to the movie, but she did it.
that's crazy. It's like faking it till you make it extreme, like auditioning
Yeah.
for something you can't even speak, and like look where she is now. That's crazy.
Well, that shows how awesome she is. Like she's so
Yeah,
good
no,
at
I
acting
agree.
that she like got the
Yeah.
job without even speaking the language. That's so badass.
Cross the language barrier for real.
Yeah. Huh?
My positive was I think this movie does a really good job at giving a ton of like background and personality to the entire family without necessarily needing them on screen a ton.
Yeah.
Which is really neat because it like does it through like some of their actions, some of the stories that the other people are telling, but sometimes you're able to see it like with Harlan, you see a lot of his personality whenever he's with his nurse, but sometimes you see it throughout his house. Like his house will have like random objects in it. Like he has a whole painting of himself holding like a knife, and you're being told he's like this horror writer. So you kind of get like that whole vibe and you kind of see it in his house. And then you see like the different parts of his children and somehow relations to them through like how they dress and how they like interact with each other. Like Ransom, you could tell doesn't like his family. I feel like that was the one part he was telling the truth about, because he like doesn't show up to a lot of stuff, and I know he didn't because of that one reason. But even if that wasn't there, he like doesn't interact. He went to the thing knowing he's not going to get anything because he wanted to see them freak out. Like drives out, like seems like he does not interact with them. He's mean to all the housekeepers. And then that like weird teenage boy in the corner, you get everything you need to know from that like one sentence alone. And I don't know, because like I think it would have been really
Like,
easy
for baby one. What?
the one that like went in the was in the bathroom.
Yeah. Benoit Blanc's quote on him was diabolical. The Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom.
The statement you were saying is him like calling Marta. He's like, "You something anchor baby," and like I don't know that it's such a weird comment. But yeah, Nazi kid, yeah.
But it would have been really easy for this movie to just not and just like kind of say like they're them and only show like the characters who are important to the story.
Yeah,
and kind of move on. But I like that they gave them all background because they kind of, in my mind, set them all up as like who did it.
Yeah,
they kind of like put them all in it.
I also
that was my one positive.
I'm gonna go off of that because I totally agree with what you said there, because it actually leads into one of my favorite scenes, but we can talk about that a little bit later. We get so much of all of the characters that the first time I watched the movie, even though like I hate all of them and I think they're evil, I kind of like felt bad that they got nothing at the end of the movie, because I was like, well, I know these characters a lot and I want to help. Well, this time watching it, I was like, I hate all of you guys. Go down in a hole. But the first time I watched this movie, I was a much nicer person, and I was like, yeah, they're assholes, but like maybe we can give them a little bit of money and help them out. And it was just because like we got to know them so well throughout this movie that like I felt like a connection to them. But after getting some age, and I realized that these people will never learn, Marta did the good thing.
Like, best Sweden sucks.
Yeah, true. Meg.
Marta wanted to give them something too at the very end. Like she felt like she owed it to them, which is crazy. It just shows her character.
I think she gave him.
She doesn't know, but
Well, no, he meant like whenever she.
No, I agree with you. I'm like, I guess it's up to interpretation. Like, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you think she's going to give them anything? Like,
not
do you think she's going to fund Meg's college? That
I think she'll do that probably. I think Meg and her were actually genuinely close.
Yeah, but I don't think she deserves it anymore. I don't think Meg deserves it anymore. No.
That was great.
That phone call, I agree, was kind of weird, but I think it was the family pressuring her. She even like apologized.
Yeah.
as a half-assed apology.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Yeah, it was.
You have nothing. The person you're apologizing to has everything you want.
It wasn't even the phone
yeah.
call necessarily. Like, that was awful and awkward. But she told them about, the mom being like, no one could have coerced that out of her. She said that of her own will.
Yeah.
Knowing that would destroy her family.
Yeah.
Like, that is the worst
evil.
out of all of that, in my opinion.
Sure. Very true.
Cassie, can you give some opinions here? I feel like we have not asked you a lot.
I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts about this movie.
Well, tell us something you liked.
We kind of talked about
Movie good. Yeah.
movie
Your way.
Because I don't know.
Do you have any negatives? We could go into that because we barely talked about things we didn't like.
I don't even know if this counts as a negative. Like, I thought the amount of characters I wasn't really crazy about. And I think because there were so many, some of the like side members of the family weren't as like fleshed out as they could have been. But like I'm going to contradict myself. I don't feel like they needed to be fleshed out because they all suck and they're just there
To suck.
to
Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly.
I thought the
Like
two
I'm
were-
telling you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. The notes I have is really short.
Yeah, Austin. I opened my note thing, and Austin was like, "You have barely any notes on there," and I was like, "Hey, dude, sometimes you don't got shit to say."
Are the side characters talking about that one teenage boy, the one husband, like those characters that?
Yeah,
They're two
Meg,
Yeah, I was gonna say Meg
yeah.
too.
Hannah Baker.
Yeah, I was like, that's what? Like 13 Reasons Why, girl. That
That was all I could think about anytime she was on my screen.
She was the worst actor in the movie. Like that was something that was kind of like pretty evident to me. I thought that I did actually whenever I saw her at the end of the movie, they like focused on her for a second, and I thought to myself like she has to be someone popular at the time because like she kind of really is not good at this role. So like there has to be like some sort of actual reason that's forcing her into this movie because her character's not really necessary. Same with the masturbation boy. Like I felt like both of them could have kind of just been taken out.
I feel like that character is necessary.
Well, like you could have replaced that with anyone that's in the bathroom or something like that. Like his most crucial thing is
No, not him. I'm talking about the friend, like
Meg.
Meg. She was necessary because
that
like
could
she
have been
did the phone
replaced
call,
with like
she got the
Fran or
information
something.
out.
Not Fran, but someone else. I don't know. Maybe
It
it's just
could have
because
been.
I thought her acting was so bad that I didn't want her in the movie anymore. But like, I
think
don't
if you
know.
replaced it with a different actor,
Yeah.
you probably would.
Because that
enjoy it
phone
more.
call, like, I know it should have been very emotional, but she was like, "But, dude, how do you feel about like? I think you should give it over to us." And like, she had no emotion on her face, and I was like, "This is embarrassing. Like, this shouldn't be in a theater level production, especially like this level of artsy movie. Like, that was just the worst. Especially Chris Evans and Ana de Armas, dude, act their asses off in this movie, bro. And then she's in there, and she's just like." Being herself, not even like showing sadness. Sorry, in a lesser movie, I wouldn't even remark that. And also the fact that you guys know her, that made me be like, she's in this movie because she's famous. It's stupid. I hate that. Dumb rant. I didn't know I had that in me.
okay, so this is a dumb thing. And just
That wasn't on your notes.
Yeah, it wasn't. No.
I was gonna say this before, but Cassie, when you were like, I thought like he was like Jeremy Renner was oh my god, I'm blanking on his name.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. I wanted to say like in a lesser movie, it would have been.
Oh wait, that's
Oh, poor Jeremy Renner.
No, he's actually an awful person.
no, we don't like Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner's a bad
Yeah.
guy.
He's run over by a snowplow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't stop the fact that he tried to sleep with a lady.
Terrible.
He tried to sleep with a lady on the set of one of his movies, and then whenever she didn't want to do it, he threatened to deport her. So like, yeah, he's a terrible person. Oh, and for more context, he's
the Jeremy Renner app.
no, everyone's app. Everyone has that.
He also
Oh, I
is-
didn't know that.
He's like infamous for being at Deep Creek, like in West Virginia. Like he's like has a house there.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know multiple people who've interacted with him, and everyone says he is like absolutely shit faced drunk
Yeah.
every time that they talk to him. He's like an asshole.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I have heard some crazy stories too that he with women here in the city. So
And then,
Jeremy Renner, no.
yeah, he's not a good guy. Oh, isn't it from?
Hawkeye, you can't act like that.
Yeah, you're Hawkeye. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
no,
you're supposed to be a
Hawkeye.
superhero.
Not even that. No one cares about Hawkeye.
Cassie, I'm so happy you said that because there's another bit of drama with him. It's in relation to Hawkeye season 2. They wanted to make another season of it where he came back as like a secondary or thirdary character to Kate Bishop, who was going to be taking over as the main character, and he refused. He was like, people love Hawkeye, dude. He's like the coolest character ever. I'm not coming back for anything less than like $10 million. I'll be like, dude, you're thinking you're way too like you're part of the original 6 Avengers because you were written in that way, not because Hawkeye's cool, bro.
They
Like,
needed
come
to
on.
do with the bow. Bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly. Yeah.
The
They needed a bow against aliens.
What? Oh yeah, where he like
Yeah, that I'm like he deserves to be an Avenger because he could shoot an arrow USB thing in. I think that was
imagine being the coolest thing about being an Avenger is that you can shoot a USB drive across the room instead of like fighting aliens or shit, something like that. Who can Cap stood there with a shield while Iron Man blasted it and it hit all their aliens and shit. Hawkeye can't do that.
But Cap can act though.
Cap can act, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's just a quick point on that. He went from being like known very widely as Captain America, like the good boy, goody two shoes character, and he is such a dick in this movie, and I love it. Like it's just like his facial expressions. Whenever he had that one scene, I'm sorry if this is anyone's funniest. I don't think it will be, but he's like, eat shit. You definitely. And like I'm just like he just plays it so well, but he's still likable, and I don't know if he's just charming if I wouldn't have thought that if it wasn't Captain America, but he kills it.
He did the Harry Potter thing. Who's Harry Potter? Help me.
What?
Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
I knew it was Daniel. I couldn't remember his last name.
Oh yeah, with
The second he finished. Well, I was just gonna say the second Harry Potter ended, he just started doing anything else. He was like, I don't want to be known as Harry Potter, so I'm gonna do everything. And that's what like Chris Evans did. I know recently Chris Evans says that he regrets doing that and he wished that he would go down solely as Captain America, but I don't know. I massively respect someone that would be like, I just want to be known as an actor, not by a superhero.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that he did that, especially in this movie, because he's a great actor. We should watch Snowpiercer eventually. Really good movie.
never seen.
I have one negative, and it's that I don't think Benoit Blanc can smell, because how did he not smell the throw up in the cup?
car?
In the car.
Yeah.
So there's that one. And then she's thrown up in multiple other places that he's been.
Also,
Maybe
who cleans that up?
The smell. He didn't notice it this time.
Who cleans it up, bro?
I don't know. I don't like that.
When is she eating between throwing up, bro? How does she still have more to throw up?
I think that's. I'm gonna add on to that actually a little bit. If you don't have anything else, Guy.
No, that's it.
This is a weird negative, but I think the throwing up should have been grosser. Save the last scene. Like, not that I wanted to see any of that stuff, but I think a lot of those scenes where she was throwing up, it was so obvious that it was like very, very fake. Like there wasn't like, I don't know.
Well, there's clearly nothing in her mouth during the cup scene, and like I don't know. I don't really care about that all that much.
Yeah.
We're talking about
I'm fine with
acting.
it looking fake.
Yeah, I get the idea of it. If you go like blah, like you understand, you get it.
Yeah, and they did account for that by having projectile vomiting.
In the final scene,
Yeah, that was a weird negative. Move on from that.
Austin's like, I wanted to see more throw up. I get into my movie.
I have a topic for discussion, because all of you have seen this movie multiple times,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Cassie, you have seen this multiple times, right?
Yeah, but the first time I saw it was when it came out, so I was going into it kind of like again. I
Okay,
don't
but
remember.
okay. So this being my first time watching it, one of the notes that I had immediately after this was, I don't know how good this would be on a rewatch, because you know who did it the entire time, and that already kind of hurts the murder mystery.
It makes it so
like
much
genre
better on this one, I think.
And then I was thinking this one would be cool to go back and find all the little details.
Yeah.
But then I was like, the details that kind of like solidify your thing are all shown in the extra part at the end. They're not shown in the movie. Like the arson is shown off. The switching the vials, the housekeeper finding him. Like a lot of these like big details that kind of like signal are not there. And Ransom,
They are though.
like they are, because you get the, oh, Ransom, you're back again. Like
Yeah.
that part is there. That part is there. But like, how many other things are really in this to help show it's Ransom beside, like, we don't even get the full sentence that is heard. You only get that Ransom is not getting his portion.
Yeah.
and is heard from the bathroom. How many other details are shown
The dogs.
to prove that it is Ransom?
Yeah, the dogs. That's what I was gonna say.
There's a couple
What dog?
different things, but like I understand that you're not seeing the entirety of it, but that's one of my favorite aspects about it is that you see like not the entire shot of the bottles that she's grabbing and they look different, and she does the little test thing like halfway through in the movie. And then they take a completely different shot of it at the end of the movie that heightens that aspect of a scene that you could have noticed earlier on in it. Because I don't know if you noticed, but it's not like they're taking, you know how sometimes in anime, whenever they're like watching like a flashback of something that happened, they're just seeing what the audience sees. They're just replaying that. That's not what they did during the like flashback in this movie. They used a completely different shot that heightened that like aspect of the scene way more. Like it was way more zoomed in on the bottles. It was way more zoomed in on like something else. And I think that aspect of it makes it so much more fun because when you see it in reveal, you're like, fuck, I should have realized that. And then you go back and rewatch the movie and you see her do the little test of the bottle thing. And she got it right the first time whenever she's with Harlan. It's maybe not necessarily that you can 100% tell that it's Ransom right off the bat. But if you could, then I think it would make it for a little bit of a worse movie. You need just the little dots that help you get through until the end.
I think
Was his car? I'm sorry, Awesome.
Oh no, you're good. You can keep going. This is your point.
Was Ransom's car shown in that whenever they were going through the film? Was that even on there before they got to Meg's?
No, but they did that on purpose because he remembered that you had to park after the elephant while she didn't.
But we would have still saw his car go through the driveway to do that.
And we did see that.
That
because
was much earlier, though.
way earlier, yeah.
Yeah, like hours. I was also going to say like a couple more like those little details that I noticed.
Good, because that's floundering. I fucking forgot all.
So there was a conversation with Marta and Fran where she was bringing up like the secret like slow dosing of like the murder she was watching, like the fact that her sister or cousin worked at I'm blanking on the name.
The blood place.
The blood place. There was I thought this was a bigger detail for me, and it was more of a subtle acting thing. But in Ransom's conversation with Marta, whenever they kind of skip to after she's done telling him the story, he looks distraught, like genuinely distraught. And you can see on the table there's like 7 beers there, and you know this Marta's probably not drinking at all. And he's like actually like he's having a rough go about it. And in reality, that wouldn't be the response that you'd have to hearing that sort of information. And you can also hear, like, whenever he is kind of coaxing her to look at her email and see that there was like,
I love that part.
yeah.
There's
a lot of those smaller things throughout, and like you're like, oh, that's why he did that. And I don't know about you guys. I mean, Sky, I think this would probably be a better question for you, but like, did you suspect Ransom whenever he was like helping her out? Like,
he seemed nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
but also
it doesn't make sense.
There was a part of my mind, I think, when I was watching my first time where I was like, oh, of course Chris Evans is gonna like he seems to be the jerk, but he's actually gonna be like a good guy secretly. And that's why like Harlan actually liked him. I thought there was like plausible deniability for that.
The first time I watched the movie, I was like, well, everyone's an asshole. And if he's the one that everyone hates, it would make sense that he's actually nice, you know? So like, I actually kind of believed it.
So for my watch, the part, I didn't think it was Ransom up until the email, because that seemed super weird.
It was
for him to be like, oh, they probably sent you a meeting place. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
It was like he was upset that she didn't notice that part of his plan. Like, he was like, damn it, I should have wrote it on the stupid paper.
For email.
Another quick thing that I also noticed, I think this is the first time I noticed it, that the letter that she got that was at her door was already open when she got it.
I did notice that, but I assumed it was like licked and just came off, because sometimes they just come off.
Right. Yeah, but that was the point. Flashback that like he opened it and he just like shoved it back in there, and like once again, it's really small details like that, but they are sprinkled throughout, and I had a good time rewatching. I think I've seen this movie. This might be my fourth rewatch.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 for me.
It's just like it's a good one to watch with a group, and I've been with a lot of different groups that are just like, hey, let's throw on Niners Out.
Okay, that is perfect. Because my one point that I had immediately after that, like this rewatch might not be great, is this might be the best movie to show somebody for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't know,
Locked in, like you got
Cassie,
because
I didn't feel free to agree, but
I think it's a great movie to show. I watched it with my mom for the first time, and she really enjoyed it. And I think I put her on the other 2 films and possibly like the Murder on the Orient Express films. But I don't know. I don't think I'd watch with a group of friends because I think generally like we like to chat and you get distracted. And I feel like this movie you need to pay attention to. So I think it depends.
Maybe not need to, but it's going to feel more rewarding as like this pretentious, like as a piece of art. You're going to appreciate it a lot more if you're actually paying attention to it. You know?
I think it's a good discussion movie though. Like I was about to disagree with you, Sky, but like I stand by what I said earlier that I think it is more enjoyable on a rewatch because I like picking up those details. But even more so than that, I think it's better on a rewatch when you're watching with someone that hasn't seen it before, which I think is like
you look over at them and you're like, oh, did you
like did you do that?
That's what I think the G did whenever like the what's her name said like, oh, Ransom, you're back again. I went,
no, what?
did you get it?
yeah. What do you think? Do you think this movie would be great to maybe not a group, but let's say you're like watching with like 1 or 2 other people? And do you think it would be better to rewatch it with that or to rewatch it with people who have already seen the movie?
I think rewatching it with someone who hasn't seen it for the first time would definitely be fun. I agree with you guys on that.
That funny enough, every time I had a new who I thought it was, I went to Lily and I looked like every time.
This is it. Yeah.
And did you get that? Yeah, and this was my first watch, so it probably happened like 10 times because I was like, oh, it's them. And then somehow I forgot, no, it's them.
Who did you go between thinking did it?
So there was originally like Marta, obviously, because she was like literally did it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I had that one point where I thought it was Ransom, but that was like the last one. Other than the fact that I thought Harlan did actually just kill himself because he mentioned at the beginning it would be he said he talked about like the way of going out, and I was like, this kind of fits. But
I really wish Ransom, dude, in the universe in which Ransom set this up. I mean, not Ransom. Harlan set this up. This movie would be so crazy. This movie would be so crazy.
I also thought it was like
movies, though, bro. He only made books.
I get what you mean. Yeah, but he's good at writing.
Reasonably, it could have been that like husband who cheated on the daughter. I thought that one made a lot of sense. Walt made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'd say Walt was like the next runner-up for me, just because he had the most hair in the game. Like he owns the publishing thing. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah,
like getting
he's the only one who genuinely has nothing after this. The rest of them all.
He has the most hair of all of the children. So
that's the reason, dude. He got that beard. It adds the hair. Everyone knows that the more hair you have, the more evil you are.
Wasn't Jody?
Sure.
Jody, I think, had a really good case.
Jody?
Yeah, because Stop Paying for Meg, she got caught double dipping, and then
God, I hate her. They made like
me too.
They made like the perfect, most unlikable person ever. Do not enjoy her.
I don't even think she was like the least likable in the movie.
All of them were just like the worst people humanly possible. So yeah, that's shit.
For Jamie Lee Curtis, in my opinion.
She was
still not nice.
Those were the people who I was constantly bouncing between. So every time I got a new tidbit of information, my head whipped to the side to see if Lily also thought that. And a lot of times she was just watching the movie. So I looked at nothing, pretty much. I just looked at the side of her head.
The movie does a good job at that. Like just messing with you and playing tricks on you until the very end. But yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else have negatives?
Negative?
Okay.
I didn't write a single negative thing, actually. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
I didn't really write one either, but I would also like to rewrite the movie a little bit here because we mentioned a couple times that it's sanely well written. Like everything like combines at the end in such a way that's very satisfying. But all 5 of us said that the movie is either a little bit bloated or gets a little bit not boring, but like drags a little bit here. And I know exactly what can be taken out of this movie, and it would make it completely fine. And it's what were you gonna guess?
The car chases, they were too long.
Well, I definitely
kind of funny.
I didn't mind those ones, and I feel like you still needed something to help you get from point A to point B with the cops also behind them. So like if that was taken out to change to be something shorter, I guess I did say I was rewriting the movie, so I guess technically we could rewrite that into something else. But I thought of something else because there's like a 15-minute segment that I feel like could be just completely dropped, and it wouldn't really change the movie at all. And you're going to disagree with me at first, but that's the point of rewriting it. But it's the tape of her car going in front of the elephant, because that doesn't really come up again at all in the movie, and she kind of fixes it within that scene in which it becomes like a pretty massive problem. I know the joke before after the elephant, like I thought that was quite funny. It was a really funny joke.
That's not what they said. It's be after 4.
As he wrote that.
As it looked funniest, and it was like be after 4. I'm sure.
Yeah, that is objectively an insanely funny scene. And I feel like that entire bit of her wiping the memory of the tape was only still in the movie, so they could have the be after 4 joke in it. But if that aspect wasn't in it, then you can just like say that she parked behind the elephant, and then the movie just plays as normal. She walks the path and finds the mud and does all of that, but we just cut out 10 minutes of the movie. If you don't, okay. Whatever.
I don't know if I don't mind.
You're gonna say something.
Changing
What?
that.
I'll go.
Okay.
I don't mind changing that, but I don't think I like obviously you didn't put a ton of time and thought into how you rewrite it.
Yeah.
But I think it was like I don't like it.
Obviously, you don't know what you're talking about and you're lazy.
Like I think it's because I think it connects early on whenever she's like going through this plan. She's having to remember so many different aspects of this plan. It makes sense for her to mess one up.
No, totally. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but I'm saying like we had to cut like 10 minutes. That's it.
If you had,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
I agree, but I think like still having her go before is the best part.
Yeah.
But maybe something else with like them watching the tape. Just watching the tape, change that.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Keep everything else the same, but
We need to have
instead
the
of
be
making
after
it-
4 line. It's needed.
I
No,
agree with
keep
that.
that too.
Yeah.
Keep that. I'm saying like whenever they're watching the tape, instead of making it like a 9-hour cut and they're like watching for a little bit and they're like, can we fast forward this?
Yeah.
Maybe make it start like 30 minutes before. Like 30 minutes before she would get there. And
Yeah, but then we
like,
also
it's
still
already
have to go
funny.
through the whole shindig of her trying to like erase the tape, even though the tape doesn't like come back at all.
But that's it. The important part isn't the fact that the tape doesn't come back.
Yeah, it's because she erased it with the thing.
Nope. That's not what I'm saying that for. I'm saying that I think that's necessary because at every point during her covering it up, she messes it up. And I think that's an important part of her character and them showing that she doesn't know what she's doing. And that she's not a liar. She's a good person. Like she breaks the part of the thing she's climbing up. She throws it for the dogs, which they're obviously going
Yeah,
to
get
come back
again.
with.
Yeah.
She tracks the dirt in, like she sees the grandma. She once again doesn't remember which way before be after 4, sorry. And I think that's important, and because they need to establish her and Benoit Blanc's relationship and the fact that she doesn't really know what she's doing, and this doesn't come naturally to her. And it's the opposite. So that's where I give the thumbs down, is that I think it was good development for her in their relationship.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I was going to say something. Oh, you reminded me, you saying the thing about her throwing the thing reminded me of how great with the camera Ryan Johnson is in this movie, because there is so much shit that just happens in the background, and it's either as like a little funny gag or like something kind of important, like Benoit like pulling out his glasses and reading the paper and then running up to the scene. In a lesser movie, they would have cut to a different shot of him like close up reading the paper and then cut back to Marta reading it, but it just is something that happens in the background. And I love, for some reason, that shot of Marta just chucking that piece of wood is so funny to me because it's just like far out in the background, and I just giggle every time.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah, it's so aggressive. It's so great, and she like waits for the right opportunity. It's just peak. I think that this movie. Yeah, I'll save that for my summary. Actually, does anyone have anything else before? Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna say, did we want to get into the 3?
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, top 3.
Yeah.
All right, Skylar, you go first.
Oh, so Austin actually, if I had to pick a funniest, Austin kind of, because I didn't think this movie had any like super standout, funny moments to me, but the one I would have picked was that Chris Evans scene, but slightly after, whenever Walt goes, "I will not be eating any little pieces of shit."
I almost knew that.
So
I will not be eating an iota of shit.
yes, that was it.
Yeah.
That was, I thought like that one actually made me like kind of like
Yeah.
chuckle a little bit. So
I love
if I had to
Walt's
pick one, I'm
actor.
going with
He's
that.
so funny.
My least favorite scene was Marta throwing up at the end. That was really gross. I didn't need projectile vomit.
Hey,
Oh,
someone wanted that a lot more, actually.
Yeah. Well, someone here loves that shit.
my favorite, man.
I know. Can't wait for Austin's favorite scene to be. I thought they should have had more throw up. But yeah, that was my least favorite. I think me and Zach have mentioned this like a ton. I mean, in this movie, it kind of is important, but most of the time, you don't need to see it. We kind of get it. We get it. And this one, I definitely would have gotten it. My favorite scene happened at the very, very end, and it's specifically whenever Marta is in the balcony overlooking them, holding a mug that says "My House."
Yeah.
That scene was so tough to me for some reason. It was so cool. I wrote down what the mug actually said, but like part of the words were covered. But yeah, it says "My House" on it.
It's like my rule.
It's my house, my coffee, my rules.
That's so
Something like
good.
that.
It's so sick.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
she's like
sick.
physically above them, which shows that not
Oh
only is
my
she
goodness.
physically above them,
She's
but she's
looking-
like emotionally above them too. It's just
She's looking down on all of them. They're
Yeah.
all looking up on her. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was great. And I'm so glad it ended like that. That was a fantastic way to just end that. Not my summary. So I'll popcorn. I'll go to Cassie. I feel like she said the least, and I don't want any of hers to get stolen.
My bad, guys.
No. It's my fault. I'm
we
Mr.
just yap too
Interrupter.
much.
Yeah.
My funniest, this is the one that made me actually laugh out loud. It was the grandma jump scare when he was coming to find her, and she's in the window and he goes, "Oh, sweet beans." Like, who says that? But is he did that, and then there was one more too. I hope this isn't anyone else's. These both made me laugh. Were you boinking my father? That made me giggle. It was I don't even remember who said it. Who said it? I just remember the line.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, like her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. My favorite scene was, I think, the first interrogation scene where they were just cutting back and forth between everyone. I really liked how they did that. And then they all got mad at the piano guy. They're like, "Who is this guy? What's he doing?" That's awesome. But I really like the way that they did that because it was a big information dump. And in a lot of movies, when you do a lot of info like that, it can kind of drag and get boring and get confusing. But I really like the way that they did that in this movie. I didn't really have a least favorite, so I'm just gonna, I don't know. The Nazi child was very punchable, and every time he was on my screen, I wanted to just I don't know, I can't really like pinpoint a least favorite scene. So I'll just go with that guy as a whole. He didn't need to be there.
Valid. Yeah, I do agree. Not popcorn it too.
Popcorn Chan.
Okay, I on a least favorite scene, so I don't think I want a replacement. Honestly, I don't think so. So I'm not going to. Funniest, So my favorite we didn't talk about yet, and it's maybe not my favorite, but I want to say it's my favorite because it's something I noticed upon rewatch that I never quite did beforehand. And that's when you remember in the beginning when they're doing the interviews and they're in their interviews they're celebrating their father's birthday, and like they're all lowering the cake. Well, in each of their interviews, they're all they are all handing the cake to their father. They all are like delusional, thinking that they're that close with their father. They're like their father's favorite, whatever. They all have the exact same scene.
They're all
Just sounds
such
really
terrible
cool.
people. I don't know if you noticed it too, but every time, like each individual member of the family said that Marto is from a different country.
Yeah, they said something differently. Brazil,
Yeah, literally
Ecuador,
every
or
single time,
Uruguay. I swear I heard so many.
they are such terrible people, and they didn't even hold
Yeah.
back a single bit with that. And I love that. Well, I mean, I don't love
No,
that they did that, but you get what I mean. Like the characterization was great.
Yeah, I wasn't sure like if I was hearing it wrong, but I swear like Ransom said Brazil, and I thought that was just because he was an asshole and he was just
Yeah,
being like
Walt said Uruguay or
racist or
something.
whatever. Huh?
Walt said Uruguay or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember Uruguay, but I also thought they said Ecuador earlier.
They did. Yeah, someone else said
Like,
Ecuador.
like-
yeah.
Okay, what do I not know? Okay, but well, yeah, and then also maybe it's too funny. Actually, I do have a replacement. I thought when they were getting to that political debate discussion, it was so like unhinged, but actually just so funny at the same time. Just hearing them talk, just saying the things they're saying, so out of
Marcus,
pocket.
come here.
Yeah, that was so
crazy.
unnecessary. It's so funny, bro. So out of touch. Like, of course, she doesn't want to talk to y'all.
A lot of
Or
people
it's
out there like
how
that.
does she get under? No, shut up. And lastly, whenever the grandpa met with Richard and was confronting him about him cheating, and he wrote that letter, that blank letter. Do you remember whenever? Gosh, I don't know when this happened exactly in the movie, but it's early. He like goes to the letter and he opens it up. Well, just him hiding because his wife was like, "Have you seen my husband anywhere?" And Jody or whatever the long blonde was, just, or someone was like, "No, I don't think so." And he's just there hiding like this behind the wall, like, and then he goes to get the letter. Like, you did not have to do that, dude. You're perfectly hidden as you were. So yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah. So popcorn, we'll go popcorn, Austin.
Okay, so I guess
I've been going last for like the last like 4 weeks. Yeah.
I think I did a couple different like contenders for least favorite, not because there were a lot of least favorite scenes, but none of them are actually like bad comments on the movie. It just times I was uncomfortable, but they were meant to be uncomfortable. It was the call with Meg that was up there. It was like a lot of the conversations with the Cappy family members, but your funniest chin or your replacement, I was like, I'm gonna use that as my least. Like the one son, like having that discussion and being such an awful person and bringing Marta over there. But specifically, one part of that scene that you did not mention is like while he's like talking about like, yeah, you could be like a hard worker and do it the right way and X, Y, and Z, whatever. He just hands his plate to Marta to like take away.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's just like mid talking to her, and he's just like, "Yeah, she did it the right way. She's a hard worker. Here's my plate." And she's not a housekeeper. She's a nurse. Like that's like, I that pissed me off beyond no end.
It's like saying America is for Americans and like do it the right way, but he was literally born into it. Like he didn't do anything. Like what? How can you say whatever you say?
That man literally had no contribution his whole life, and I don't know if that's true, but I'm pretty sure it.
Privileged, dumbass, rich kid. I like the second we finished the movie, I was like, gee, when we're rich and famous, we're not giving our children a dime because
That's what Shaq does.
yeah, understandably, because I don't want someone to be like these terrible garbage, terrible human beings. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah, no, they all sucked. Yeah, because the money. I think Harlan is a large reason of that. I think he was a bad parent.
Well, he said that.
Yeah, that don't make it better.
No, I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying that like eventually he realized that he was a bad dad.
Yeah, but yeah, that's they sucked. But all my least favorites were meant to not be enjoyable scenes because they're crappy people. So it's not a knock on the movie. Favorite, I think, is a bit of a gimme, but I just love Ana de Armas's acting in the scene where she like poisoned Harlan, and specifically the point when Jody came up and was like talking to Harlan, and like he was like kind of waving her off, and we saw from her perspective this time because we saw her in the background before when we saw Jody's perspective, but from her perspective, she was just like holding her breath, and like there was just like tears coming down her face, and like she was just so obviously distraught. And I don't know, I felt for her at that point, and I really like that scene. I like their relationship, and her acting was incredible. Funniest, another grandma scene. I thought this one was getting taken. I'm so glad it didn't. It was
it that when she like laughed at them?
no. It was more subtle one. It was when Walt was asking her like, "Do you want dinner?" And then like Jamie, I think it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's like, she already has all the salmon.
Yeah, no, she's like, Walt, she ate the entire salmon plate. She's good. And then Walt just looks at her like, I'm just imagining like an entire fillet of salmon, and when no one's looking, she just like shoves it all into her gullet.
I'm so happy. I said that exact same thing to G when that scene happened. I started laughing, and I was like, I want the cut of this movie where they show the old lady just housing salmon, just fucking going at it. I want that so badly.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I love both reaction. He was great during this movie.
Michael Shannon, beautiful actor.
Yeah. Popcorn. This guy.
Oh, right, you're done.
You mean General Zod?
Yeah, General Zod.
Popcorn General Zod.
I will find him. That's a quote from Man of Steel that I find quite funny. Cassie, we almost went the entire podcast with no one mentioning my favorite, funniest, and least favorite until you mentioned that first interrogation scene with all of them, and how good of an introduction point it was for all of our characters, and how like even though it was exposition, it was told in such a beautiful way that didn't feel boring, and it was so well written. And I loved how he would ask questions to someone and then someone else would answer, because that was just a perfect way of showing that even though he's like kind of acting out, he's doing it for everyone just so that he can like bait them into getting the information that he wanted. And also just the presentation of it was beautiful. And that cut where Jamie Lee Curtis was like, "I'm not an idiot," and it cuts to her husband, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is what happened with this." I love that. That's my favorite scene in the movie because of how like, you know what? I'll save what I was going to say until the very end of this, because I will go right into my summary, and I think that I won't be able to stop talking, knowing myself, if I start talking about the next thing I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to hit my funniest. No, I'm going to hit my least favorite because it's so lame. I didn't really have a least favorite when the movie ended. There was a scene that made me be like, I wish they didn't write it like that. And it's not like the worst scene ever. I just personally don't really like when characters within the movie say the name of the movie themselves, and it's a really stupid personal thing. And I love the name of this movie because obviously everyone in this movie always has their knives out ready to attack someone, until he said, "Y'all have your knives out." And I was like, come on, dude. Like really had to say it to the audience there why the movie was called what the movie was called. And like when he said that, it made me think like maybe the movie had a different name until he gave that line. And then Brian Johnson was like, "That's a really good delivery and also representation of what this movie is. So maybe we can call the movie that." But then also, I don't like it still. I know that's the dumbest least favorite scene that any of us are going to have this year. But I don't care. That's just who I am. I don't like it. My funniest scene though, this is a jingling keys moment that made me giggle. So, at the very second scene in which Daniel Craig and Ana de Armas are together, he's like outside. She walks outside. And he's in the darkness, and she goes like, "Oh, like, have you figured anything out?" And he goes, with this mystery here, well, there's something afoot." Get it? There's something on her foot. I thought it was funny. I like that a lot. There's because he noticed. He said, "I noticed the blood stain on your foot since the very first second I saw you." And then
That's crazy.
whenever she's like, "Hey, what are you thinking about?" He goes, "Something's afoot."
That's crazy.
Dumb.
I think that's bullshit.
I don't think Daniel Craig was saying that to her for that reason, but I do think the writer of the movie was saying that for the sake of being like, oh, that's a funny little thing right there. And if not, I'm choosing the
We're gonna go crazy.
That's what I'm saying. On the rewatch, I like, because this is my second time watching the movie, and I knew that the foot drop thing, and he said that, and I went, ha ha. And then I looked at G and I said, "You'll get that later."
Zach brought it up earlier, and I look over and it's like something's afoot. Ha ha, Benny in Black.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. No idea.
Well, the second thing,
He's the ha students' his favorite scene.
Yeah, exactly.
After it.
Also, Chandler, I wrote funniest too right next to it, so I doubly wouldn't forget. It's my funniest.
I didn't get the something's afoot thing. Like I don't know. The specific phrasing makes me think that that's not intended, but it's close enough to where I can see.
I know. It was like something's afoot.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
something is afoot.
I'm sure some read that too. I don't know if that's true. I think plausible deniability. So I agree. That's pretty good. Yes.
I'm gonna get into my summary now. So I have I've only ever watched these movies once, except for Glass Onion, which I watched twice. And I was pretty confident that Glass Onion was like my favorite one because it was, to me, the most enjoyable like mystery, even though the murder doesn't really happen until like a decent bit through the movie. Mainly because I figured it out the first time I watched the movie, and I was like, I'm happy I got that in the way that I got it. But this one's just so fun, and it's not really a murder mystery, but it's definitely, especially since we've watched, me and Austin watched Dead Man Walking the other month or whatever. This is the most artsy any of the three get in their presentation of the movie itself, which I adored. And that like first interrogation scene was kind of the not culmination, but it just perfectly introduced you into the movie and how the presentation of the story was going to be, because it's not going to be just we're seeing it how it is. We're going to see it from different angles, and people are going to be lying to you. You're going to be seeing things multiple times that some of them might not even be relevant because it's a character that's lying to you and what's going on in the scene. And it, even though the majority of the movie isn't a murder mystery, it leads it to being so like tense and fun. And even though you like know who the killer is, because of the way that the story is presented, it makes you not believe anything that's going on. So you could be like, oh, she killed him, and it could have been literally anything, and it was at the end of the movie. And it's just so fun. I remember being disappointed the first time I watched this movie because I was like, I wanted a murder mystery, but I didn't really get a murder mystery because the majority of the movie wasn't really a murder mystery. It was like a thriller. But like, that's such a lame way of looking at it, because the entire movie is still a murder mystery, because like you're still getting like drip feeded the information. I was just being a dummy. And I think that the other two movies not are worse off because of it, but they focus so hard on the murder mystery like aspect of this franchise that they kind of drop the artsy bit and the fun presentation of the story a little bit, because they just have a different vibe in its entirely. Like this one feels like a theater movie. The camera shots are much more like focused, I guess, like the shot of the knife, the shot of the coin. You don't really get that in the next two movies, at least from my memory a bit. It's more shown to you. I hate to use the word generic because it's not, and I think Rian Johnson has a much better way of using the camera than generic, but it's slightly more generic than what it is in this movie. Again, I'm not saying it's generic. I'm saying it's more generic than this movie. And I think this rewatch made me appreciate it a lot more. So to end off my rambling bit here, I think I'm going to give it an 8.5, just because the movie is genuinely so much fun to watch. And I think on rewatch, it makes it even more fun to watch. And the acting is just really, it's really top notch. And the acting didn't need to be as good as it was for the movie that it's in, because it's like slightly funny, even though it's pretty serious with the subject matter. But yeah, that's my review. You're up.
Nice. Okay. I don't know how long this review is going to be for me. I think you touched on pretty much everything. I just feel like this movie checks so many boxes for me. It is so entertaining and funny. Almost every line of dialogue is simultaneously like decently realistic, but also there's layers to it, and it has comedy, and it just, every character is I don't think flushed out is the word, but established to the point where I think it is sufficient enough to be like that they've served their purpose for whatever that was. Um, yeah, I mean, I've mentioned it before. I've seen this movie, I think, 3 or 4 times. Most of them weren't my decision, to be fair. It's more of like something that like friends would stay over and then be like, hey, what do we want to watch? Like basically while we're passing out. And we're like, oh, we'll throw on Knives Out or in like a group setting or there's been a lot of different times I've seen this movie and I've never not enjoyed it. It's always kind of surprised me because I've had gaps in between them. Like I'd known what was going to happen, however many years I've been rewatching it, or seen it again and again, and it's never hindered the movie. All of the little things that you can find, even though I've seen them before, like it's still fun to see them and how articulately they're placed and intentionally. And it's just so. This is what a movie should be in my mind. It's funny, but also serious at a lot of times. It has a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, great acting, and a story that it really puts you through the ringer on your first watch. Like it is just taking advantage of your previous misconceptions of what mystery movies should be and just throwing you in a blender for kind of making you think one thing or another, or who did it, or do I even need to guess who did it? Like the whole, I guess, unenjoyment that Zach mentioned of the first watch, like I had that too, like somewhere in the middle there. And it's just because I fell for the bit. Like I wasn't smart enough to get what the movie was, and I was frustrated that the movie wasn't as smart as I thought it was, but in reality, I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. And yeah, it was just great, and it continues to be great. And I'm going to copy Zach along with a lot of things I said because I think it's an 8.5. I there's very little to dislike. I think the only thing that's keeping me from putting it higher is just me feeling like I don't want to give it higher. Like it's not my favorite movie of all time, but like I would recommend this movie to almost anyone. So yeah.
I forgot to say that. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just the movie for me. It just checks all the boxes. It's enjoyable, and I will recommend it to anyone anyone who can sit through a movie should watch this movie. But
Basically.
yeah, I can't remember. Was it Chan before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chan.
You guys got to start giving you like and dislike first, because when you go last, you guys set the bar too high on your summaries. We need you guys to save the bar last.
We just bucket. Well, that's not my fault. I mean, I always throw it over to Skylar, but I always go last.
We'll do better. We'll do better.
You keep that in mind next week.
Next episode, yeah. You guys said that really well. I similar things like you guys, I guess. I won't be redundant. But I want to talk about your favorite stuff, Zach. Just the beginning part, the intro. It's so captivating, and how they tell a story going from person to person. And even if like one person's like, I'm not going to tell you that, then the husband will, and it just continues on. I love that part. I have to imagine though, like they had to have gone back and forth because he's asking questions that he only finds out from interviewing particular people. But like he also goes back to them after getting more information from what they just said about someone else. Regardless, I'm not sure if that's like a plot hole or whatever, but I think it's still just as fun and entertaining to start the movie off. Ana de Armas is amazing. She's just such a great actor. I think any movie she's in is a banger. I apologize to Ana de Armas if she's watching this. I've not seen Ballerina, and I desperately need to, because she was amazing in that John Wick film, and I really want to see that movie. Chris Evans is also just a G. I can't see him other than Captain America. So I think watching this for the first time, I actually didn't like the movie because he wasn't the happy-go, Boy Scout as he usually is. But no, he can just do it all. Honestly, he can do it all. What can't the ass of America do? So, what else did I want to say? I know some people might not like this film because of how kind of confusing it gets, how maybe hard to believe it is. Even though everything kind of checks out, they might not like how it ended and how it kind of was spoon fed and exposition dumped. Like, Benoit Blanc kind of figured it all and you laid it out on the floor. But like, unless you were getting distracted, or unless you weren't paying attention, it might not all make sense, I guess. Like you might be like lost in his explanation. And it's just a lot at once. And maybe it's sometimes hard to believe, or you want to figure it out yourself. But honestly, I still think it's done really well. I don't think it's so bad. And I do kind of dig just that's Blanc's shtick. At least it's consecutive in other movies. Spoilers, guys. But he just loves that. He loves the aura farm and then lay it all at you at once. So it's kind of grown on me, but I think initially I wasn't a huge fan of that. I guess I like the aspect of figuring out ourselves. And you really couldn't do that until he discovered that note.
Yep. The
doctors or that test on the blood sample. So regardless, I guess you could say that was a former complaint, not a complaint anymore. So I choose to believe you guys are copying me, not me copying you guys, because I also gave it an 8.5.
Post your TikTok first.
Yeah. Well, your TikTok's objectively coming before Austin, so Austin's at least copying yours.
No way, no. Because the way I start though is based off of you guys. You're gonna be able to cut that out, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're gonna cut out me glazing your guys' summary.
Yeah, I could do that. I could cut that. Yeah.
No, don't.
I upload it based on like order in which the caster came into the cast. So like.
Oh, is that actually how you do it?
Yeah, I do. I go me, Skylar, Chandler, Austin, and Cassie because obviously I started at Skylar, joined Chandler, Austin, Cassie. Yep.
I
didn't realize that
guy this time. I don't know.
Oh my god.
That face is so good.
Cassie, you're up.
No, guys, this might be the shortest review I have ever. Don't kick me off the podcast. I don't know why I don't have a lot of thoughts about this movie, but I really don't. I would definitely recommend it though. It's a really fun watch and it's a really cool take on like that classic whodunit kind of movie, which I do enjoy. I thought it was really well done. The cast is great. The acting is great. Like their chemistry too. I don't think we touched on that at all. Their chemistry is great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. And I like the way that they told the story. Like we touched on that opening scene many, many times. I won't rehash that. What else? There's something else that I wanted to say. And the film is beautiful. Like all the cinematography of it all. I really, really enjoyed the way it was shot. Like I don't have that much to say. You guys kind of said just to say. I will say my score is lower. I gave it a 7. And I think part of that is because this makes me a bad movie reviewer. Project Hail Mary is really still in my head, and that movie set the bar really, really high. I should have given that a 10.
It probably doesn't help that you read the book. That's probably why it's still so fresh there, too.
Right there.
Spoilers. I'm sorry.
Sitting right on my desk. Yeah, 7.
Okay, so it's to me now. I'm not gonna lie, Cassie. I thought your review was gonna be. I liked it. 8.5.
That's it. Yeah,
I should have.
Yeah,
I really should have. It would have been funny.
That would have been so funny. Great TikTok. 1 second long. Watch movie. Yeah.
I'm gonna start off by just saying, like, yeah, I enjoyed it. I'd recommend. So I'm gonna say this again. I think it would be the 3rd time I said this, but this being my first time watching this movie. I fell for the trap that Austin talked about. I fell for it. Every single twist, I was like, no, they did it. No, they did it. It was Marta. No, wait, they did it. But like, the entire movie, I was doing that. But I didn't get the part where I was like unentertained that you guys were talking about, like after the fact. I was like, how's she gonna get out of this? He knows it's her. That's why he's keeping her so close. He knows. And I was like, how are they going to get out of this? And then there was like twist after twist after twist after twist. It was insane. It was like times where it was like a roller coaster of information. You'd get thrown a ton and then it'd kind of like slow itself out and you kind of settle with it. And then all of a sudden that information you found before isn't exactly correct. And then you get thrown a ton more. And that kind of goes to the bloated part that you were talking about earlier, Zach. Like, there's like two huge parts of information in this movie, and it's like the first like 45 and the last like 45. And that entire middle bit is the car chase where you're like, I don't know how she's gonna get out of this. And those are the parts where you're like, so with the information, you slowly get fed like the little facts that, oh, maybe it wasn't her the whole time. And I had such a hard time reviewing and giving a rating for this movie because of the fact that I was like, it's a murder mystery. Half of the appeal to these is that you don't know who did it. You don't know who did it. And if rewatching these, you do know. So there goes a lot of the purpose of the movie. But again, as I think everybody has said here, this isn't exactly a murder mystery. There's a lot of other things with it. And I didn't know how rewatchable this would be because of the traditional murder mystery, but you guys are kind of solidifying the fact that it is a rewatchable movie and that you still figure it out, but it's not, the purpose of it isn't to find out who did it. It's like everything else about it. And it's very hard to put that into words, but the most important part of the movie is not who did it. It's everything else.
Yeah.
And that was really unique in my eyes. And me and Chandler were talking briefly before, whenever you and Austin were trying to figure out your mic situation. I accidentally misled you, Chandler. I accidentally did. I was trying to be fake and not tell you what I thought. And you're like, oh no. Like, yeah, you're going to feel bad watching the next two. And I had a good time watching this, Chandler. I'm sorry.
You got me, bro. You got me good. I also wasn't surprised because I know you just happen to not like some certain kinds of movies. So I was like, oh, it's one of those again.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, oh no, I was like telling you I'm scared to be the outlier, but my outlier was because my number was high.
That's crazy. That's so funny.
Like, I gave this movie a 9 because I put on my first watch, this is a 9. Like, you cannot convince me that I can't put this on in front of everybody, or not everybody, in front of anybody, and they will not like it.
Yeah.
Like, at the bare minimum, they're going to like this movie a little bit. They're either going to like the mystery portion, they're going to like how they get out of it, they're going to like the huge reveal at the end, they're going to like Chris Evans, and something is going to happen. And also, just a tidbit, I love seeing Chris Evans be an asshole. It is awesome
so
every
funny.
time.
Yeah.
Like, Austin, I know you were talking about that, and that was a huge part for you. Huge part for me as well. I like the Captain America goody two shoes, but man, he is such a good asshole. It is awesome. Like,
I
even
really
whenever
like
he
that
was
sweater
Human
he has
Torch
on.
in like Deadpool, their latest one. Dude, whenever he had that whole bit where he was just going off on the it was awesome. I love it every time.
Yeah.
I look forward to it every time. Yeah, but again, probably one of the longer summaries I've done. But like, this movie's really good. I think you should check it out. It's not a 10 because I'm kind of aligned with Austin. I just don't get the vibe that it's a 10. Like, it's a really good movie and it checks a lot of my boxes that I like. It kind of hits a lot of different genres. Got a lot for everybody to like, but it just doesn't feel like a 10 in my mind. It is like an elite 9.
That's a great way to say that.
But yeah, very good 9.
Yeah.
So with that, since I'm the one who has the Mediak average, oh yeah, that makes sense. Our Mediak average is at 8.3, being that we had 3 8.5s, a 7, and a 9. Do we want to round this up to an 8.5? Go with majority here. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna give this movie, an 8.5, and I feel pretty comfortable with that. Again, this movie is great. I had a good time. Lily had a good time. Have to imagine anybody watching it the first time is gonna have a good time. But ending rewatch.
I want to speak on behalf of my mom real quick. She really enjoyed it too, and it was the first time for her, and it felt like she had every second didn't know what was going on. But she was also saying stuff like, I wonder if he's gonna give all of his inheritance to Marta. And I was like, yo, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's genius.
That'd be wild, man.
Yeah. I was even getting her to like thinking stuff like that. So you're right. It's a great movie. for any.
I'll speak on behalf of Lily for a little bit then, because you spoke on behalf of your mom. Lily also had a really good time watching this movie, but there was one part toward the end bit whenever we're kind of finding out it was ransom, and Lily had to go answer a phone call, and I was like, "Do you want me to pause it?" And she's like, "No, just keep it running. Like, we got it. I know." She was gone for 5 minutes. She's like, "Okay, what I miss?" I pause it, and I ran through everything. She went, should have paused it. But I didn't know. You know?
We asked the most important part in
Yeah, most important part. She missed from like she was up until Chris, like the first part she missed was Ransom getting like saying he did it to the police until basically
was he being brought into the car at that point, or did he try to stab her yet?
No, she was back before the end bit. I think she got back like right before she was like walking it. She got back like as she was about to confess to the family. So she missed that part. She missed the throw up in the cup. She missed the ride over. She missed Fran.
That part.
She missed like that, and then she like got back as they were doing that. So I had to explain why. Like
everything is.
I think it took me longer to explain what she missed than just watching it.
Just rewound, watch it again.
Okay, Zach, you want to take it away with some news?
Real quick, Chandler, did you have to get going for your thing?
I have like 15 or so minutes, so like I don't know if you wanted to do what we've been watching or news.
Yeah,
I
Speed runs.
Yeah.
So
Flex.
I'm gonna dip for a second because again, Mediak tradition. I had to piss.
Actually, I do too. Give me a second. We're just gonna. I mean, let's be honest here. The Mario movie was always gonna make $1 billion, so like that was like your safest pick.
I wanted it.
I'm happy that Project Hail Mary is making money because I didn't think that would.
Did you
resume recording?
Yeah, I just started. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, how much did it make so far? Do we know? Is it too early?
Too early.
It's like Saturday. It just can.
Yeah. Podcast. I mean, stands, people listening. We're going to be talking about the Mario movie so that Chandler can talk about it before he leaves. I want to say something real quick because everyone's like, "Oh, it's a kids movie. It doesn't have to be good or whatever." In 2 different YouTubers' reviews of it, they said that they had a kid, and one of the YouTubers said that halfway through the movie, a kid pulled out his Switch and started playing Mario instead of watching the movie. And then the other one, he said that the kid sitting directly to his right was so bored, he started slamming his head against the back of the seat. And
Crazy.
I thought that was wild. I was like, not only like, well, the second one is just insane.
That's
like,
funny.
I can't believe that happened. But like the fact that 2 separate YouTubers said that children were bored during this movie made me be like, wow, that's insane. I did not ever expect that.
My theater was filled.
Yeah.
And none of the kids were bored in mine. They were all they laughed at every single joke. They loved all of it.
Yeah.
So like, but I sat next to like an older man who laughed at more than half of the jokes. And when I say like older, I'm not talking like 20s like we are. I'm talking like he had gray hair.
Yeah.
And he was there because his kids wanted to go. He had a good time.
Those guys are like those are the people made for the AI fruit videos. Like that's the audience for that.
Dude, there were 2.
I'm saying like the 50-year-old like
sitting
man
next to me,
that,
and they wouldn't shut up. They're like, "We should be Peach and Rosalina for Halloween," and they were talking about volume. Shut up. Like I shouldn't be able to hear every bit of your conversation. It was driving me insane. And then Jack told me there was a kid sitting next to him, just like slurping on his slushie the entire movie. And it was like, oh, so neither of us had a good time.
Okay, from this point on, we're gonna be talking Mario spoilers. Give us like
Wait 1 second.
3-ish.
So we're all getting off our whatever happened that was bad. People were in our seats again. The last 3 films I went to the theater to watch a movie with a group of friends. Iron Lung, Project Hail Mary, and this movie. People were in our seats every time.
That's crazy.
Always great.
So I had to kick him out. Yeah, the lady was not having it either. It was our seats. And the kid was so funny because he was like, "But Mom, I thought we bought these seats." As he was staring into my soul, trying to like, I want to assume guilt trip me and like letting him keep the seats. which I would have done.
Privileged little piece of shit. What the fuck?
Throw that
I hate that child. I hate him. I'm gonna drop kick him.
He said 3 times. It's like he didn't think I heard it the first 2 times. But if they wouldn't have split 3 empty seats, like there was 2 and then 1 on each side of them, if there was 3 still, even on the very far edge, I would have taken them. But they didn't. Like there's 3 of us, so we were gonna sit next to each other. Regardless, sorry, I had to get my little tangent out of the way. Like we all had something. Dude, there's something.
That is the worst. That pisses me off so much. It's for a movie. You entitled little piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's not a Mario movie. It's not even for like.
I need to start wearing like Ray-Ban glasses, bro.
I hate kids like that. Dude.
All of these interactions.
I hate kids like that. I would have, dude. You should get the meta glasses just so you can record those.
All right. From this point on, it will be Mario spoilers. We're going to talk about the movie. Give us like 3-ish minutes, maybe upwards, hopefully less than 5. We're going to be talking about it. Again, this was my pick for our fantasy movie draft. This was my first overall pick, so I'm hoping it can beat out Austin with Brand New Day. So
I do think that okay. It might beat out Brand New Day, but Austin clearly, like, you guys will see whenever I upload the video, Austin has the best picks. Like all 4 of his are gonna make money.
Yeah.
Is it based on revenue, right?
Yeah, it's
do
based
we
on
want a summary? Do we want a summary of this?
Nah.
No.
Is this really that kind of movie?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Also, how? Actually, no. You guys go first because I'm not even sure how you summarize this plot.
Okay.
You don't.
Well,
Yeah.
so my first initial thoughts is there's 100% a Smash Bros. Movie coming out.
There's
They
not
introduced
actually.
way too many characters.
So I have a piece of news related to that. There was a rumor that Toei is working on a Smash Bros. TV show, but the creator of Smash Bros. Came out and said that there will literally never be a movie or TV show based on the Smash Bros. Property because he thinks it's the dumbest concept ever.
In this movie, they introduced Mr. Game and Watch, Fox.
The
They
Pikmin.
have
The
Dragon,
Pikmin, right?
They have
Yeah,
who
the
else is
beginner in it.
Yeah.
Yes, the Pikmin.
This is the Smash Bros. Movie.
yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Game and Watch is
Basically.
awesome. That was my favorite
Yeah.
part.
It's crazy.
They talk about Falco and the rest of like the Star Fox crew. So like there's a lot that was like there, and they kind of going through. They obviously were on a spaceship, and they went through and they showed different galaxies like along the sides, and I was like, boing, 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 all different coming together. You know, it's inevitable. This kind of solidified it. They hinted at Mario Sunshine in this. They had his shirt, and they had, you know, the little sunshine guy, the big sunshine guy. I'm not going to try to pronounce their name.
The Piantas.
Yes, Piantas. They were in this, and the movie overall I thought was pretty funny, super action packed. This movie was an hour 30. I think there was maybe like 15 minutes of dialogue, and there actually was just kind of action the entire time, which was kind of the polar opposite from the first one. I feel like the first one did a lot of like intro, figure it out, going through, and pretty much only the last bit was action. But you start off with an action scene, and then it kind of goes to Rosalina getting captured, and then you kind of that's your whole segment. And then it also does a lot of wrapping up stuff from the first one. Like in the first one, Peach was talking about how she doesn't know where she's from. She figures that out in this one, which is a neat little detail that they did kind of put together in that one. Again, I thought the movie was pretty funny. It was very fun. It was very entertaining. I didn't feel bored at any points through this. I was wondering why certain characters were in this. I assumed only Star Fox would be. The thing about Rosalina not being in the movie too much is pretty true.
They also changed their story. They changed the only character in all of Mario that has a story, and they change it. Cool. Sorry, that made me not want to see the movie at all, and I'm
so
still
she's still in it, but she like out of the hour and like 36 it is, she might have like 10 to 15 minutes on screen, maybe. Like that's like she has like she has the opening, she has the moment at the end, and then it's kind of that.
And instead of being like an endless living universal, like not omnipotent, but like someone that travels through the endless galaxies, like helping people, she's just Peach's sister.
Yep.
That's
She
cool,
just being
I guess.
consistent.
Yeah.
Name the stars.
Yeah.
But Lily freaked out in this movie. All of her favorite little characters from Mario were all in this movie and all in one spot. She saw the Piantas, she saw Monty Mole, she loved Yoshi in this. She laughed literally every single time he was on screen. It had dinosaur. This movie was made for Lily, I believe. I truly believe they were like, who's our target audience? They pulled up a picture of Lily and went, her. And then out of the park. Out of the park. She loved every second of this.
Minecraft movie
I mean,
2.0.
Wait, what did you say?
I said Minecraft movie 2.0.
Could be farther from the truth.
I think I actually think she enjoyed this more than the Minecraft movie.
That does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also objectively better.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Yeah, the animation looks amazing in it.
Oh, it is. That's one thing I was going to bring up. It feels like they swap between different styles a couple times. Like there's a couple points where I feel as though it's like a real hand there. It's not like a hand, but there's one
Master
where
Hand. Oh my god, Smash Bros.
No, not.
Oh my god. I wouldn't be shocked,
like
bro. They have Gammon watching the movie.
they have like a little puppet show going on, and it genuinely looks like it's like a real hand in there. And then they show Bowser's hand on the other side, and I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it like I think it's done really well. I think comparing it to the first one is you're getting like the same exact vibe. If you like the first one, you're definitely gonna like the second one. If you didn't like the first one, you might not like the second one, but it's gonna look better. It has more action, so if you wanted more action, you might like it a little bit more. If you like story, you might like it a tiny bit less. The story doesn't feel super cohesive. Kind of feels like they're doing a lot in a little amount of time, so it's really fast paced. Can I get anybody else's opinion? I feel like I've talked the entire 3 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cassie's like, I'm
yuck, you're yum.
Yeah.
Okay, we both might do that virtually.
Tyler, I did not enjoy this movie like at all. Like it had some positives for sure. All the little cameos were fun. The animation is gorgeous. I feel like that's just where the bar is set for these movies. But oh my god, there was no substance at all. I feel like I sat there for an hour and a half and I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened. I can't tell you any beat that the story hit. I was just sitting there and I was like, this just seems like I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. Like
It's a
just,
Smash Bros. Movie.
but it's not because that would probably be good. Well, no, I won't say that.
No, it was just a ton of fun.
Calling it a movie is kind of not a stretch. It was just like
ruined the
stuff
name
happening.
Super Mario Galaxy though. Like I was
Yeah.
watching Granny's hearing that was the sequel. It's my
Like
favorite
that's my
Super
favorite Mario game.
It wasn't even in the
They ruined it.
It was more of a 2D side-scrolling Super Mario movie, like just Super Mario Bros. 2D version. It felt like that. It was based off of that rather than Super Mario Galaxy.
I heard that there was more
Yeah, like, the
Odyssey in
only
it than
Mario Galaxy thing. There was, yeah. Like the only thing that they pulled from Galaxy was the little launch star where the
That was
Luma
cool.
turns into it. That was cool. I was like smiling at that part. It was like, and I looked over at Shaq. I was like, oh my god, they did a thing.
They did that
I was
really
like,
well.
that was it was
Yeah.
really cool. And then they lobotomized Bowser for like the first half of the movie.
Yeah, he was
I
not
didn't
Bowser.
like that.
That was
I didn't like it.
Like
I heard that Jack Black was
I
barely
enjoyed
in
the
it,
first
too.
one. He was, yeah.
Damn.
And I enjoyed the first one, and I think a big part of why I enjoyed the first one so much was because of Jack Black, because I love that guy. And it wasn't. And then you got baited because I thought he was going to sing Peaches again. He didn't, and that annoyed me. Like I don't know. It just for an hour and a half movie that's supposed to be like 4 kids with really short attention spans, you know, it just, nothing happened. Like I can't tell you the exposition, the rising action, the climax, falling action. Like I can't pick apart and pinpoint each of those things, which I feel like
Okay,
makes
I'll
it
ask a question.
bad
How did they
story.
get Rosalina back? Like, what led to them getting Rosalina?
Peach and Rosalina like touched hands because that has a ton
Wait,
of
but how did they
power
get
in the
there?
story.
How did they get to that point? That's what I meant. Like, what led them to
Peach-
that?
Peach was trying to save her while Mario was fighting. He kind of like they got there. They tricked Bowser, got over the bridge,
It's
and then
hard.
he
to
ran
explain
away.
that.
He destroyed the.
But like,
he
okay,
destroyed that. She went up.
how was
He
their
fighting
journey?
Bowser.
Like, how did they find out? I don't want to watch the movie. I want them to
Yeah,
explain
so-
this.
so
How
exactly
did, how did they
that-
find out Rosalina was missing, and how did they get to where Rosalina
because
was at?
one of her child stars, whenever went to Peach, was like, "Peach, you have to save us."
Oh,
her mom's been taken. So she goes separately. Then Super Mario and everyone else has to catch up with her. Somehow they do. Somehow they find Peach when she's off doing her own thing. How does that happen? The movie said so. And then they, using the Fox dude's chip, go to the Bowser planet and get Rosalina back. That's how they get there. But there's a lot of stuff going on in between that doesn't really make sense. I just don't know how it all pans out, honestly. And like I know, like you were saying, Sky, that there's a lot of cool references and like Easter eggs, but to me, that's all they were. Just little like, oh, haha, I recognize that, and that's like all they were doing. It's like they were just baiting our nostalgia and our love for certain things in the franchise. It's just so easy for them to do that because Nintendo is just an easy sale. So like it's just people love the franchise despite the company sucking a lot recently. But yeah, they're just playing off of that, and I like the sound bits, and I think they use more original music
they did.
than
Yeah.
like popular pop music like the first film. So I think that's a huge plus. But I think they really, I'm not gonna say tarnished, but they did not do Super Mario Galaxy name any justice, unfortunately.
They should have named it like Super Mario Brawl or something. Because again, this movie was all action.
It was a lot of
I agree.
fighting. I kind of like the fighting. Yeah, you're right. There's actually so much fighting.
It's like only fighting. That's what I was saying. Like it's super it was entertaining for me because it was just like nonstop action. You really couldn't stop watching. But again, the story like basically was not there. There was like
asleep. I'm not gonna lie, I almost fell asleep. But
I don't know how you almost felt.
it was very late. It was like it was like an actually no, it was just
Like we
a
said,
9 o'clock
3 minutes.
watch.
We're at 10 minutes on the second.
It was a 10 o'clock watch, but I was tired that day, and it just I'm not gonna lie, it felt like it dragged for being less than 2 hours. I thought it dragged.
Yeah, that's what
I didn't
the YouTuber Mark said that it just kind of it might have been Cosmonaut. I think the Cosmonaut said that the reason he felt bored in the movie was just it was so much nothing happening on the screen that he just kind of felt like he wanted to go play Mario himself again instead of like watching whatever. Two questions real quick. Moist described this as Jingling Keys the movie. Do you guys all tend
Yes.
to okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense, actually.
Okay, and
It's
then
like, look at this here.
yeah.
Wait.
It's supposed, like this. I feel like it's supposed to be a Smash Bros movie. They make so many characters forced into this, and then it's just a ton of fighting. It's a Smash Bros movie.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That kind of makes sense. I still think they could do more of a Smash Bros movie, but
Well, Smash Bros.
I understand what
Brawl
you're saying,
actually had a
Scott.
story that was good. Well, I wouldn't say good, but it was
Yeah.
serviceable.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. You remember Brawl? You played that? Damn, I thought I was the only one here. Let's go. I love seeing
No,
Taboo at
That was
the
my
end.
favorite Smash
Oh,
games.
it was so good. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you actually played through the story.
Sorry, Sky.
Oh,
evidently.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. It's so
Literally,
good.
we were talking about it last week.
Yeah. The Brawl story is great. It's the only one that had a story too, and it's actually really
I
fun.
was gonna ask because that was my favorite part of that game. I like the story better than the actual
Me too. Yeah.
fighting. So no other Smash game has a story mode like that.
Well, they started to have
Oh.
one in Wii U, but then it got some of the CG like cutscenes got leaked, so they scrapped the story altogether because of the leakers. Which is
Right.
I think that's a funny story. What number? Skylar, go first.
Oh, a number. Like, if I'm rating it based on like Austin scale and enjoyment, I'm gonna give it like an 8. Because again, I was sitting next to Lily, who was having like the time of her life, laughing at everything. So it's hard to really not enjoy yourself during that. But again, if I just wanted to watch fights and like Mario fight a ton of people and like a random Smash characters show up, it's definitely worth a watch. But
They
like,
have
if you
their own
wanted, like, a Mario
universes. They're
story, if you
not
wanted Mario
from
Galaxy,
Smash.
it's not it. If you wanted to watch,
Or
if you wanted
Star
to
Fox,
play
bro.
Smash Bros, if you wanted to watch Smash Bros, you could watch the movie and you'd like it. But if you wanted like Mario Galaxy, like Super Mario Galaxy, you're not gonna like it.
So, what's your definitive number? Are you giving it an 8?
I'll go an enjoyment 8. Yes.
Okay. Cassie?
I'm gonna be so for real, like it's a 3. I don't
Oh, that's
I
bad.
don't regret seeing it, but I can't recommend it. It wasn't good. Like the highlight of this movie for me was that first scene we got with Yoshi when he was walking down the street. That was my favorite part.
That
And
was
that
fun.
happened like 5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
How was Donald Glover in this? Sorry to interrupt the scores, but I'm like,
He was awesome. I love that guy. He can do no wrong.
yeah, that makes me want to watch it.
But oh my god,
I'm not spending money.
It's
on it,
not
so I wanna
going.
contribute towards Skylar's score.
It's brain rot.
Well, not even that. I
It
don't
is,
want to add money into your thing.
like I don't want to
Wow.
call it slop, but it kind of feels like slop.
That's crazy.
It is slop. It basically is just fight slop. It's action slop.
Yeah. With
Chandler?
really pretty animation.
Really good animation.
I was actually being kind of generous or kind to it, but after Cassie's number, for being brutal, I suppose. I'd maybe like a 4.5. I'll do a 4.5.
It's like whenever we were viewing the Minecraft movie and me and you both like raised our numbers after talking to Skylar because we could tell that he was not happy. Like whatever number we said in that episode is not true.
You added
Like
it.
it's not how we feel.
It was actually far lower. We were
Yeah.
just trying to.
Well, because after I finished the movie, I was like, "That's easily a 1 or a 2," and then Skylar was like, "It's not the jokes; it's how he says the jokes." And I was like, "Okay, it's a 5. It's a 5 movie. I'm sorry, it's a 5."
Yeah. No, this one is like story wise, I was definitely let down. Action wise, it was good action at least. It was like cool fights. And it looked really nice. But like,
So
would have liked.
screw Nintendo for that leak.
Yeah, fuck that.
It would have been so
Yeah, that
much
was
cooler
great.
if I didn't know.
Didn't know that Fox is in it.
Yeah.
That would have been, I don't know. I feel like I would have been more annoyed.
Really? I feel like they've been such a good
Yeah.
You didn't know?
No way. Like
No,
that could've been
yeah, if
one
I
of those cameo Easter eggs, but it's actually not a cameo or Easter egg. It's actually integral to the movie.
Yeah, but I wanted, like, if the idea of the movie is Super Mario Galaxy, why is Fox there?
I totally agree. Yeah,
I think it's interesting.
So, like, the fact
they
that
put it
I-
in there, but
The fact that I knew beforehand, I prepped for worst case scenario with Zach like the week before that he's like an integral part of the movie, and he was.
I
So, I
cannot
was already
believe he has
prepped.
more screen time than Rosalina. Like the Mario
He
Galaxy character,
It
the
is
Mario
very true, he
Galaxy
does.
character. That's insane.
He does.
it is.
He's at least 30 minutes.
Holy shit!
It's absurd.
Oh,
And, like,
He
dude.
gets his own like little part too.
So, like, I'm not shitting on this entire franchise. Like, I did enjoy the first one. Like, I'd probably give that like a 6.5 or a
Yeah,
7.
first one's
It's
really
fun.
fun.
It's nostalgic. I really like that movie, but this one, oh,
It tried to do too much. I think that
Yeah.
it tried to do too much. It tried to set. This one felt like it tried to set up for everything else afterward. Like, I like immediately in the theater, I was like, they're trying to attempt like a Marvel Cinematic Universe with Nintendo, and this is the movie that they picked to set up everything for it.
I totally agree with that because they switched.
Yeah,
I don't remember if I
you're
told you guys this on the news one time, but they switched the live action of Zelda into an animated version. Like after they started filming it, the director was like, "I don't like this," so they switched it to animated. So like, you're probably right. They're probably trying to make a Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, they definitely are, and
Yeah.
I 100% like 8 years down the line, come back to this. I guarantee you, this is the movie that started it, and it's a little frustrating. I think they should have built out each movie first and then tried, but
Yeah.
they did what they did.
They totally could do something because he just his explanation for being where he was because like he just blipped there. He just somehow was spawned
That's
into
it.
that.
Like we don't
that
even see him like
universe.
come through a portal. He's just like, I just showed up here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, kind of. He like didn't have a good reason for being there.
They could explain that maybe
Or
a
why?
little bit more, but
his
now-
movie said so.
yeah, because he's there. I guess anyone else could be there. You know, I guess that's how the universe started, the meta or whatever diverse.
All right. Are we feeling okay with ending it here? The average is going to
Yeah.
be like a
I do have to
maybe
get going though.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Chan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
fun
a
day.
good time, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the pod. Sorry, my bit is ready. The segment.
The
It's
people
ready
don't
to
know
go.
about that actually because I haven't
They-
announced it
they
yet.
don't?
But Chandler has
Wow.
a thing. Huh?
Chandler doesn't.
You announced it last week.
Did I? Oh, we did announce it
think
last
we
week,
te-
and we
I think
said
we
that
might
we were going to
teased
do it,
it.
and then we aren't going to do it because we
Yeah,
need more time.
it's ready though, guys. Promise.
Yes, next
So,
week.
Just
Next
making the people wait.
Next
so
week.
my dog ate homework again for the third week in a row.
No, he did his homework. It's fine. he did it. We just ran out of
See you
time.
guys.
Much out. Okay, news.
So this is the end of the Mario movie spoilers. So if you were tuning that out, you can come back. I don't know how to signal that to them, but
Yeah, it'll be fine. Normally, a better YouTuber would have like a time card that says like, "Oh, in this section is the Mario spoilers."
a better podcaster would have had
Yeah.
a clear signal when he started.
Or something, something like that.
You know, we don't have to go there.
Okay. The guy from Flex Seal, he's going to be in Fortnite. That's the first news. Not very important, but
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
yeah, I was like, yeah,
That guy-
I felt like I needed to say that.
Maybe I
The
gotta reach out to Fortnite.
the guy who's working on Absolute Batman says that he wants the people who made Cyberpunk Edge Runners to make an anime of Batman, Absolute Batman. That isn't news. I just thought that it was fun that he said that. We got the first trailer for the Backrooms movie, which I'm quite excited for. Directed by a YouTuber, which it actually looks amazing. Not gonna lie.
What YouTuber?
Kane Pixels, the guy who made the Backrooms like kind of popular through his little like mini series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Here's the Smash Bros. I already said that news where they due to Mario Galaxy, there's a rumor that Toei's making a Smash Bros. Animated TV show, but then the other guy was like, no, that's not true. Saying the news again. So they're working on a Happy Feet Broadway musical based on George Miller, director of the Mad Max movies. He made Happy Feet. In a famous quote of his, this quote's not relevant to the fact that they're making a Happy Feet Broadway musical. And normally, I wouldn't even bring this up because it's not really important news. But this quote from George Miller makes me so happy sometimes. He is like a great director. He made all the Mad Max movies. I love those movies for the most part, minus one of them. And he also made Happy Feet for the sake of making money. And he said one time, if you put a gun to my head and said, you have to come up with a story for Happy Feet 3, I'd say shoot me. And I think that's quite funny because he hates that franchise.
Those movies were deep, man.
Were they?
First one was.
Okay. So we're gonna take that. I don't know if you guys know this game series, Faith: The Unholy Trinity, but they're working on a movie for that, and I think that's very cool because it's a pretty interesting game series. Because I guess there's like 3 of them. Yeah, very interesting. What's the next news? Oh, this one's really funny. So there's that Invincible meme where like Omni-Man is standing on the car and he goes, "Where's Mark William?" or whatever.
Where's William?
Where's William? Yeah. Someone did that with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because they dropped the first episode of this new season and then no other episode. So like there's that meme where it's like, "Where's episode 2, Netflix?" And I thought that was quite funny because at the end of the first episode, which the first episode is like one of the highest rated episodes of TV ever, it dropped like last week. It just says episode 2, 2026. It doesn't say when it's coming out at all. Could be like a couple weeks from now. Go ahead, Cassie.
No, that makes sense because every single comment section on TikTok is filled with that one reaction image from that show, I guess. I don't know. They're like, "Where's episode 2?
Yeah.
Is it that good?" That's why everyone is like up in arms about it.
Well, that and like, who fucking does that? Who releases one episode of a season?
Evil.
Yeah. Like, that is actually so evil. It is apparently that good. I've heard really great things about Still Ball Run. The story is just amazing. So I totally understand if the first episode is actually that good. But like, regardless of how good the episode is, why? Like, that is the dumbest release of anything in the history of anything ever. Stupid. How do you feel about that, JoJo fan?
I don't know. I like to binge things, so I don't know if I'm going to watch episode 1 until we get clarity on when 2 is going to come, because I also have a short memory and I'm going to need to rewatch it anyway. So like, why? Yeah, I'm glad it's good.
End of statement. Okay, cool. Next news. Zach Krieger, the guy from Whitest Kids You Know, Barbarian, and why am I blanking? Weapons. He is making the next Resident Evil movie. And people think it's good, which is shocking because Resident Evil movies aren't usually good. They're usually just like dumb action. This one takes place in canon with the games during the 1998 Raccoon City outbreak, which I think is Resident Evil 2 and 1. It might be 1 too. I know it's 2 and 3, but whatever.
2, huh?
Yeah, whatever. One other thing that he said about it was that he knows that fans of the games will crucify him if his movie ignores the game lore. So he decided that far away from... Okay, he just is going to ignore all the stuff like from the previous movies, which is good because those movies are apparently bad and not very Resident Evil. And then final news. This is related to the Mario movie adjacent. Do you know about this? About what Charlie Day said, and everyone fucking got crazy about it. Because he, in an interview, like the day the Mario movie released, someone asked him like, "Oh, what are your favorite Luigis?" And he goes, "Me, obviously." And then he said Luigi Mangione. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Which like
That's crazy.
yeah, I know, like that is a fucking insane thing to say. Regardless of your opinion on that goings on, he said that for a kids movie. Like this is insane.
That's so base, man.
You guys are tech.
Yeah, that is crazy base. Yeah,
like that.
I have a strong suspicion he is no longer going to be voicing Luigi in these movies. Something tells me he might not be doing that anymore. Oh, that was really
that
funny.
sucks. I kind of liked his voicing.
He's like a really good
Yeah.
Luigi. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
heard
he
his
is.
voice. Yeah, his voice is amazing.
Luigi's Mansion supposedly coming out too.
That'd be awesome.
think
I would
that-
actually really like that.
As long as it doesn't connect to this universe they're setting up. Mr. Game & Watch, what did we do? We're in this mansion.
Yeah. That would be actually so funny if they bring like all the Pikmin and shit into Luigi's Mansion. Just makes it not scary at all. That's all mansions, by the way.
I'm mad they showed the Pikmin and not Olimar, but it's okay.
Yeah, what's
Sorry.
up with that?
No thing in it.
Also, the
I don't know.
Pikmin are like Olimar and the Pikmin are supposed to be like microscopic, like smaller than grass. Were they that size in
They weren't that small, but they were
Now they were
really
bigger than
small.
that.
Oh, that's
Still
kind
really small in comparison now.
because I know that they're scaled up for Smash, just like Ridley scaled down for Smash. In their games, they're like this big.
Probably like pick like the happy medium of the Smash Pikmin scaled up and the like actual Pikmin. So it's like in between the both.
Mm, interesting.
They're smaller than they are in Smash,
Not this.
bigger than a blade of grass.
Okay. I guess I'll take it. Whatever. I mean, it's not like I'm
Just done that. That would have been really funny.
It's not this. It's more like this.
Yeah. How big
Like
is
this.
like that?
What is this bit? This is the dumbest bit ever. This is so stupid. Can we take Chandler's like count in from earlier and do it now instead? Because I know I'm gonna mess it up because Chandler's not here. You know?
Yeah, if you want to, it's your bit.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend like I did that, Skylar. Just go ahead. I don't trust that I can do it right again without him.
With my what we watch.
Yeah.
Or my
What we watched.
Well,
Oh
I
wait,
asked
oh
what
wait,
you
right.
got.
Oh fuck! I messed it up already. Oh my god! Jeez,
Gotta lock in.
I crumble without
Chicken
Chandler.
bit really threw you off.
No, it's
huh?
because of Chandler, dude. I can't function without him.
He's the glue. He's
He
done
is the
about
glue,
this.
yeah.
Now that we're done with the news, we'll move into the next segment. Austin, what have you been watching?
Thank you for asking, Sky. Nothing actually. Squat, zero, zip, nada. Because I've been listening to a whole lot.
Ooh.
Oh boy, Dungeon Crawler Carl, man.
How many books are there? Because like I've been on,
Currently 6.
we've been talking about it so much.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We've been talking about the book so much that I keep seeing it pop up as like a book you need to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should read it. It's very good. I think you would really like it.
No, you shouldn't read it. You should listen to it because it's so good. The audiobook is so good. It's so entertaining. I have been less productive at work. It's probably taken a toll on my mental health with how much I just sit in a dark room and listen to Dungeon Crawler Carl. But like, jeez, man, I love it. I love it. It's I just after like I usually work. I go work out, I like eat food, and when I go to eat food, it's always like, okay, what am I gonna watch? What's the move? And every single day this week and most of the past couple weeks, it's been like, I just want to listen to Dungeon Crawler.
Austin, what book are you on?
I'm on book 5.
Oh, you're almost done. Well, last you were like really thick though. It seems some time.
I think there's like 18 hours left in the audiobook. I'm like a quarter of the way through the 5th one. I've spent over $100 on the audiobook.
Now you got to buy the actual book, so it's like okay.
I only bought.
They look really nice on a bookshelf too.
I've been debating about getting all of them, but I want to have enough other books on my bookshelf, so it would just be I have a bookshelf for Dungeons.
I think that's fitting for how much you enjoy the series.
I really did, and I do, and I love it because I love Dungeons and Dragons, and it follows that like the power system of that and the story itself. And I love how much they get into like him fighting the syndicate and it being like a genuinely like it's a meaningful story as well as being very fun and stupid and dumb and gory and weirdly sexual at times. And I love the AI. The AI is some foot fetish thing gets I know
Dude,
Insane statement there.
that is.
I was talking about this series, and they were like, "There's no way to describe the plot without sounding like a deranged toddler." It's really true,
That is
but it's really good.
with nothing else for no other reason to listen to the audiobook. Whenever the AI system comes in, because it comes in to give like awards and stuff and like achievements,
Yeah.
it's like new achievement, and but like specifically for the weird moments where because the AI has a weird foot fetish for Carl. I'm like, this isn't a spoiler, but it does, and it just gives this voice. It's like new achievement. You have smushed an insect with your feet. Daddy likes that.
It's so fucking weird. Oh,
I love these books.
that is something I was gonna ask about because on the comic cover he doesn't have any shoes on. I was gonna be like, why?
He's just in his underwear.
I'm sorry for what's good small spoiler, but it gives him a buff for having invincible feet, but he has to manicure his toes and his feet every single day.
That is such an awesome binding vow, bro. That's a binding vow from Jujutsu Kaisen that is just like, oh yeah, my feet can't ever take damage, but I have to make my toes pretty.
There's so many things.
That's good. That's good.
Like, oh my god, the voice acting is phenomenal in it, and I'm so invested in the story and everything that's going on. And the more you get through it, the more powerful like he and they become, and they just become these like superheroes basically to where they are facing gods. And I think maybe besides the third book, I think if I'm ranking fourth book is probably my number one. I love that. I love that ending. Then probably like 2, then 1, then 3, just because the train stuff was a lot. There's a lot going on, and I was probably slightly confused with it, but it was very good. Sorry, I talked too long about this. Please,
I'll read it.
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
You guys should.
Yeah, I'm glad Cassie that you have, so I don't sound crazy.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
Yeah, I haven't given things besides that.
I don't blame you. And like I feel like he always finds a way to up the stakes. Like, oh my god, it's just and you don't get bored ever.
No.
It's so good.
There's never been a
Were you gonna read? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, there's never been a point where I was bored. I've always wanted to continue. Like I think it's probably like close to 100 hours that I've just listened, and there's never been a point where I wanted to stop. Like I've stayed up so late sometimes just like listening.
Mhm. Are you gonna read his other series?
I
saw
have to after this. Like I need something. I thought all of them were out, and I recently found out. I'm like, nope. There's going to be like at least.
You're starting an unfinished series is sick and twisted and evil, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes me sad, but like I'm glad there's going to be more, and I hope he makes it very fast. It's so good.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so glad that this series is getting the recognition that it deserves because I was in Barnes & Noble a few months ago and one of the employees, booktellers, I don't know, she recommended it. And I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And now everyone's talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and it makes me really happy.
I was at Barnes & Noble yesterday. They have an entire Dungeon Crawler Carl section. I was like,
It
oh,
didn't
look at
used to
that.
be like that.
Yeah.
Yay! Get it. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I actually did watch to finish things off and transition away from Dungeon Crawler Carl because I'll keep talking about it. I finished the Given like series. Like I watched the final 2 movies, and the second one wasn't really anything, but the third one was very, very good. And I like that. I don't know, property. It's a very sweet like series. It is sweet. Would recommend.
I've been trying to get Skylar to watch it for a while because he likes music.
Yeah, watch the because it's awful.
That's an interesting reason to recommend something.
There's a scene where the character, one of the important characters, like main two characters really, is showing off his like singing abilities. He just like is kind of like and like it goes through. It's like 45 seconds of him just saying.
It's much better in the sub.
It's
Just saying.
so awful in the dub, and it makes it so much better. So I'd recommend. But yeah, it's better in this. You probably should do this, but like that scene, give it a watch.
It is pretty funny, yeah.
Is it like Ghost Stories dub?
Not that bad.
No, it's just the fact that the voice actor obviously cannot sing. It's just like another one of the like reused like normal voice actors for anime, and they're just like, yeah, you got this. Like this is like all the other songs we're just gonna use the original like Japanese like singers for because you can't really do that. He's like, but we need you for this one moment to represent. And he's like, I got this. And then he performs the worst singing I've ever heard in my entire life. And it's amazing.
It's not supposed to be good because, like, in that moment, he's supposed to be, like, I guess, showing potential to the other kid. So it's going to come across like cracky. But, like, it still sounds decent enough that you could tell that he's going to be a good singer. But I have heard the dub version of it. It's so, it's just, they're like, don't make it sound too good. And he goes, all right, I'll make it sound like shit. Took it too far.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Well, you know, we'll just keep going with the same room. Hey, Zach, what have you been watching?
I got you. Not a whole lot because I've been working a lot this week. So it's basically just been either like if I can find time before work or right whenever I get back. I've been playing a little bit of Final Fantasy VII on my Switch right before bed. But I've been reading a shit ton of the second Aragon book at work. Like anytime we get like any break time before going in the news, I just like pull out and start reading for like an hour or so. It's amazing. It's way better than the first one, I think. I don't know. I should really start looking at like what communities think about things before I start saying my opinions on them. Cause like I'm gonna go look at the Aragon community. They're gonna be like, Eldest, the second book, ass, terrible or something like that. And then I'm like, oh, I love this one. This is great. I just really enjoy the dual protagonist thing. Like I didn't think I was gonna like it whenever they started the book and it was Roran. We switched to Roran instead of Aragon. But like I love it. It's great stuff. I like seeing the empires like hold over this land from the point of view from someone that's just a dude living in the world. And that's such an interesting like kind of concept because the first book, it's not like crazy action packed, but we're with a dragon the entire time. Aragon's learning magic and shit. And then we cut to Roran, who just has to deal with the side effects of being related to Aragon. And now his entire village is starting to be burned down. And he just like sits in a room crying to himself one night because he's like, I'm just a guy and I don't know what's going on here. Like, this is so scary. And I love that. It's such an interesting aspect of the story that I didn't think we were going to get. And I'm so happy we did. So I'm really liking Eldest. I think it's the best. I've only read 2 of the 4 books so 1.5 of the 4 books so far, but I think Eldest is going to be my favorite out of all of them, honestly. Anything else? We watched the first 2 episodes of Wonder Man yesterday, which I quite liked. The other thing on my list I don't think is important. Like, obviously I played Crimson Desert, but I don't want to play that right after work because I only want to play a game for like 30 minutes before going to bed. And that game is like a lock-in for a couple hours type game. And I haven't really had a whole lot of time to do that. But other than that, I don't really have anything. I like Wonder Man so far. It's just like an actual TV show, not like a superhero show, which like I could see how that's a turn off to people, but I like it a lot. But that's it. I'm done.
Cassie, what have you been watching here?
Thank you for asking.
I say it like that. What have you been watching? I guess I have to ask you.
You're here. I don't know.
No. Because I was debating on saying finishes out here, but then I realized I have to go next, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say the same thing 3 times.
Valid.
Watched the Mario movie. Talked about that. Invincible. I've been keeping up with. This week's episode was really good.
I did watch it.
It made up for the bad.
Nope.
That was
no. Just because something's good, it doesn't make up for the other thing being bad. It'll raise your number of the overall season, but it doesn't negate the shit that came before it.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, ignore Zach, the pretentious loser.
It was really good, a really good fight. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I couldn't watch this one; it was too gory." I think if I had gone into it without knowing what happened, I probably would have been a little bit, but it wasn't horrible. Are you guys all? I know Skylar doesn't watch it. Zach, you said you're not watching it.
I actually watched only the like last 30 minutes of this episode and nothing else of the season.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I felt like I didn't need anything else.
It's the highlight of the season. So
Yeah.
you can't guess anything else.
Yeah. I think, I don't know what they did. Like like without context, my summary of it is that I think Conquest is a little nerfed, and I think that the scene is there.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm sorry. I'm like I can go and get my noise cancellation headbuds and walk up now for a second.
Oh no, I
Leave
think
the room.
my other statement. I was gonna say pretty spoilery. I'm really happy you said that, but I can say it in a non-spoilery way. No, it's okay. I think that scene is there for shock value because there's not really any.
Oh, for sure.
There's like no stakes to it. Like oh, it's gross, but you know it's gonna be fine. You know.
Oh, because plot armor.
Yeah, that and like
That way?
there's so much more. There's so much series left. You
I
know.
can take this out. So
Yeah.
Cassie, you're going to bring stuff up. You're more than welcome.
No, you're good. I don't need to talk about it.
You're just
I
like,
watched.
should I listen to this?
Yeah. No, I started watching Righteous Gemstones again. Have any of you guys watched that show?
I haven't watched that. I've heard great things though.
Please watch it.
Yeah.
It is so good. It's so funny. And the reason I started watching it again because the woman who played what was the housemaid's name in this movie?
Bran.
In Knives Out, I forget. Yeah, Fran. She's one of the kids in that movie or in the show. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's about this family who owns like a mega church, and all of their kids are stupid. It's you have to watch it. It's
So Knives
so
Out.
worth a watch. It's so funny. Not Knives Out.
Yeah, no, I was just joking. I was joking.
But I mean, same kind of premise, which is why I started watching it again because it reminded me of Righteous Gemstones. Games, Rivals has been making me lose my mind. I don't know why. The season just stuck. I don't know what happened. But
I haven't
stuck.
played this season. I haven't even opened the app at all this season.
I wouldn't.
You're not missing out. Like usually each season, like I don't have any problems getting back into Celestial and just existing there. I'm in that GM hell this season. It's horrible. And like all of my friends that I play Rivals with, like we're all struggling. It's like, did we just get worse at the game? Like what's going on? I don't know.
I have a theory related
but-
to that.
Cool thing. I'm one of the top 500 gambits in the world. That's
Go
kind
to-
of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty
That is
sick.
awesome.
That's
Thank
really
you.
fucking sick. Yeah.
I looked at the leaderboard and I was like, oh my god, I'm on there.
Don't worry.
So
We'll flip it.
Leaderboard.
Yeah, we'll clip that. We'll put that in there. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
world needs to know.
Well,
Mediak needs to know.
Do a close solo edits in Mediak. The top 500 gambit.
You did the comment. You're that guy.
Or I could gambit edit and put my username.
Yeah. That's great. Actually, you should do that. That'd be awesome.
I think it would be funny. Been playing the Split Fiction still, finishing that up. It makes me want to play It Takes Two. So if any of you want to play It Takes Two, I bought the game. You can play it for free because
That is
none of
true.
my other Rivals friends have a PlayStation. And then, and the Tomodachi Life demo that came out, I was messing around with that. Oh, it's so fun. I'm so excited for that game. Anyways, this has been taking up all of my time. I cannot recommend this book enough. If you guys liked the movie, and I know you did, you should read this book.
That is way thicker than I
It's-
thought it was. What the hell?
It's not that bad. It's
I know. I'm not saying
like,
it's thick, but I thought it
I-
was a lot shorter than that. I thought it was closer to like the length of the foundation.
It's like almost 500 pages, 478.
I thought it was
But I
like a
got it like
200.
3 days ago. I'm chugging through. I have like 150 pages left.
That's crazy, dude.
You can tell by all of my little tabs, I really like this book. The dialogue in this book is like as funny as it was in the movie. They did change a few things, and like they characterize people a little bit differently in the movie. Like in the movie, they made Rocky more not like a pet, but kind of like they didn't dumb him down. He was cuter in the movie, I guess, is how I would put that. Like they
Marketable
wanted to make him a
plushie.
marketable plushie.
Yeah.
Strat in this book, thank God there's no sign of the times scene that doesn't exist. She is just kind of like all business. She doesn't care. Like they don't even try and humanize her at all. Grace is pretty much the same. And you get a lot more like details into the backstory of like how Project Hail Mary came to be. And I really like that. Like Austin, when I was reading the blowing up Antarctica scene, I was thinking about what we were talking about on the podcast. And it's like, I get why they didn't put that in the movie, but I kind of wish they did. I don't know. And like the stakes feel higher in the book, if that makes any sense. But like, oh, it's so worth a read. I've been having such a good time. I'm going to be really, really bummed out when I'm finished. And I think I'm probably also biased because when I like something, I really like something. So maybe this book isn't as good as I think it is. And I think too, if I didn't see the movie first, I don't know if I would enjoy the book as much because they talk a lot of like sciencey stuff in the book. And I don't know if I would understand it without having the context of the movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a really fun read. And I think that you guys should read it if you're bored and like sci-fi. Okay, that was my spiel.
Actually, been getting a lot of comments on like year one clip from last week where you said you didn't like that one scene, and basically everybody is saying then you would like the book more. So you kind of just confirmed what they've all been saying.
They were right. And I love having books because I annotate in really stupid ways. I have clear sticky notes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of the clear sticky notes. You wouldn't draw on that now.
Yeah, I didn't just draw
There's no way you drew over the book.
No.
No. It's my favorite thing to do. I love having like a physical copy of a book that I really like because really liking it makes me want to like mark it up and be stupid. But yeah, super fun read. I definitely like the book as much, if not a little bit better than like, I don't know. Like I texted you guys about this. The movie does some things better. The book does some things better. It's worth reading though. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Project Hail Mary cost $200 million to make. I just found that out. That's wild. That's wild. Why?
It is, but also it isn't. Like it's all in space. Like a lot of that stuff. I mean,
like the set design, I guess, must have cost that much. But like that's crazy to me. That's like Marvel movie. Because I was thinking, oh, it made like $340 million. It made its money back and then some. And then I saw that and I was like, maybe it didn't. I don't know. I guess that's it. Fuck, dude, this is the time. Skylar, what have you been? Do we want to try it?
3, 2, 1.
Sky, what have you been watching? That was pretty decent.
All right, for the first time,
thank you, Cassie, for taking.
I'll let you know what I've been watching.
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna say the same exact things I said earlier. I watched the Mario movie. I finished the live action One Piece, which was great. Honestly, I really recommend it. Like, it's just great.
It's so fun,
I think it's a great like intro into One Piece. I think this is the best Usopp and Sanji we have. They're fantastic. I love Zoro. I love Luffy. I love Nami. Chopper's so adorable. I don't know. It just does a really good job. It introduces things earlier, in some parts, because like I don't want to say it. And it like makes sense because it's where they were. And it helps give like background for like maybe why one character is a huge fanboy of another character. Like it makes sense. Season 2, I believe, is better than season 1. I feel like they kind of aren't. So I'm this character from the manga. It's more of like, or the anime. I'm this character, like my version.
Yeah.
And it feels better. And usually saying that is a bad thing. But this Usopp, 10 times funnier. 10 times funnier.
The facial expressions, man, like it's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Some chuddy fans say that this Sanji isn't Sanji and they hate it.
Dude, that's so wrong. He's just not a pervert.
Yeah.
That's actually what he is. He isn't like a gross sicko.
Yeah.
It like makes sense. He's just shown as like he cares for like everybody and
he's an actual gentleman the way he's supposed to be.
Yeah, but he's also like a lover boy too. Like, it's not even like they take it out of his character. They just take the gross parts out.
Yeah.
I remember how long ago was this? Like 2 years ago when I was watching One Piece. Zach asked who my favorite character was, and I said Sanji. And
This is the one you want.
Yeah, this is the Sanji you want.
it's the
Yeah.
Sanji that I saw. It's like when you have like a toxic boyfriend, and you're like, but he
I
has
can
so
fix
much
him.
potential. Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
fix
he
him.
has so much potential.
He has so many good
He fixes-
characteristics. Just
Taz Skylar is the fixed version.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just ignore the awful abusive parts of it. But yeah, God, he does so well. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
It feels a lot more like heartwarming, and they still stick to the source material. Everything is still true, but all of the castings are literally so perfect. All of the castings are perfect. It is kind of ridiculous. But just to cut that short, Lily also really enjoys it, which I was like, you know, if you would have listened to me a while ago, we'd be almost caught up. But it's okay. If this is how it's going, I mean, they're making a season 3, 4, probably all the way till the end. It's doing so well. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves the main cast. It's impossible not to. Yeah, I if I had to like recommend like one of my personal favorite things for like everybody to watch, it might be this, because it's One Piece. It's One Piece, but the thing that everybody hates about it, it's not there. It's not there. They fixed everything wrong with the anime and the manga. They fixed it all. It's perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it's
Just
perfect.
perfect.
It is. It is
My
perfect.
detail.
Beautiful.
Literally, it is.
Yeah.
Actually,
It is. It really. It's like I would just smile in the whole. Like I watched episodes 1 and 2 with my mom again yesterday, and I would just smile. Like it's once again watching again, seeing the little Boone story for. Like I watched the anime, I reread it in the manga, I watched season 2, and I watching that episode again, and I'm still just smiling. I'm just like, it's Luffy, and he's being all nice, and every time we make a change, it's for the better. Like
I cannot wait to see Brooke, dude. I'm gonna scream and cry and do backflips. I know you do, but I haven't watched the season yet.
oh yeah, I'm excited.
You don't have to spoil. I mean, I've read One Piece.
I know, but I was thinking, Cassie, are you gonna you should watch it, so I'm not going to. You should just watch it. So yeah, I don't know if I can recommend just watching this enough. You get so far so fast. Like I'll say they're at Alabasta
I know.
at the
I
end.
cannot.
And
Next
it's
season, it's gonna be so good, dude. I can't wait to see it. Joe Manganiello's
Insane.
Crocodile is like one of the best
Oh my
castings
goodness.
ever. It is incredible.
I think you could point to literally every single character and go, this might be the best casting ever. Nico
Yeah.
Robin is literally my pick. Nico
Yeah.
Robin is my pick for the best casting ever.
yeah.
Ever. But I don't know. Luffy's a great pick. Sanji's a great pick. They're all great picks. Yeah, I don't know. I forget the Usopp's name. It's not even close how much better of a character he is than the one in the anime. It's not even close. He does everything better. Everything.
We're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. I could talk about this the rest of I could talk about this the entire podcast.
All
Yeah,
odds are stacked against this too. I'm like,
Sure.
I just can't believe we're here. Like, I didn't think there was
I
like
can't either.
what 2-3 years ago, whenever the first season was coming out.
Bless you, Cassie.
If you would have said like,
That's you.
oh my god, it's actually good, I wouldn't have believed you. Like I'm like,
No.
no, it was a 1 season thing. It's probably gonna be awful. It's gonna be like a bad adaptation and cut out a bunch of the stuff you love about it. But no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, literally everything bad was against it. There's never been a good live action. There's never been a good adaptation. They'd have to change the story somehow. They said they're going to speed it up. So what are they going to cut out?
Like,
Yeah, let's pick the longest anime ever and make that live action.
and with the like weird
it's
character
good.
designs.
Yeah.
Like the
It's really good. Like they changed some of the outfits in this, but they make sense. They make sense.
Mhm.
Like Zoro wears a hooded jacket, and which it is like blue, and it looks like a modern jacket, but it makes sense. It makes sense. I
You
don't
probably
know.
wore it in a cover art at one point too.
Maybe that makes sense. But
Yeah.
like, you need to watch it. I
I'll
can't say that.
I can't.
I'm not going to say that again. I'm going to move on. I don't know what else there is to move on to. I don't remember everything I said earlier, but whatever I said earlier is also what I've been watching. I haven't been enjoying Rivals. I know I didn't say that earlier. I had a game where I had 3 teammates quit, and it counted as a game for me. It counted. Like,
Evil.
what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do 3v6 and we have 1-1-1?
Yep.
What am I supposed to do? And then I've had like a couple other games where I've had like 5, and I'm always playing down, and it doesn't make sense. I don't get why they count. It's dumb. I think all the character balance changes suck. It just all the characters who everybody hated before just
because
the
like
players
they have
suck,
such
but-
like limited amount of players now. It's only the fucking like hardcore players, and those are not fun to play with.
It's like every single time I'm gonna rant about this one character because she's the dumbest character in the game and everybody knows who it is. Every time I play a Squirrel Girl, they're MVP with like 100 like kills and like 0 deaths. Every time I get one, they could be the same player. It's literally like 2 and 15
Yeah.
every time, and it's like, oh, they're just doing the better. Like, no, for some reason when they're on my team, they just suck. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it could be the same exact thing. As long as they're on my team, it's horrible. I'm always in the losers queue, but like I kind of am, and it's kind of getting frustrating. And I've like won a couple here and there, but like I'm a tank player, and this season sucks to tank in. And then the only other one I play is support, and this one sucks for that. Like,
I should tell you right now, that sucks.
yeah, I know. I've had a lineup where I went into a ranked game, I was the only healer.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? They're running.
I'm gonna get on my ult. Let me know.
My very last game of Rivals was a comp game where I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll play right before the season ends. And I picked my tank. I picked Rogue. Yeah, I know that was a bad choice. And everyone insta-locked DPS, no healers. And I looked at it and I just thought to myself, I'm not playing this. I just turned off my PC. I was like, this is not worth it. This is not worth it at all. And that's my very last game of Rivals. I know I was one of the losers that Skylar's complaining about there, but like, if they weren't losers right off the bat,
everybody else on that team is.
Yeah.
Because they saw you click it and then they all still pick the same thing.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
no,
the
I
annoying
picked
part.
tank. We had 5 DPS and 1 tank. That was what the lineup was. And I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
This is the
That's what I'm
dumbest
saying.
thing ever.
Those other DPS are the problem.
Yeah.
DPS
like-
players just have a really big ego, and it gets
Yeah.
really annoying.
But
They will never stop.
yeah, I'm not having fun. Like, I was finishing up my I forget what they're called. Do you know like the thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna put you in this rank based on how you play? Like that.
Yeah.
I'm finishing up that, and like I play with Kane and
Say
very
sense.
often. And like they're higher than me because they played a couple games before and they got like on a decent like win streak. And then I had games where I was always playing down. So like I dropped, like I'm in silver 1 because of how far I dropped. Because I played 5v6,
Holy.
3v6 multiple times. And it just like didn't be like, oh, we're not gonna count. And then the one game we had where we were gonna win, somebody else in the other team quit and it canceled the game.
Yep.
And I was like, all right. Yeah, so I don't know. Like everybody, it's not that everybody feels too weak. It feels too dependent on everybody else on your team.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
very frustrating. Not that like one person should be able to carry an entire lobby, but like 5 of 6 should be fine. You know, it shouldn't be so dependent on that 6-1 also being good. But yeah, that's my Rivals rant that I didn't know I had.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think I'm good with ending it here. I'm sorry. This is gonna be
I
a
think
long clip for me, and it's all my fault this time.
you're chill.
I single-handedly added like 40 minutes to this podcast.
Dude, no, we all did. I again, this is one of those times. I'm happy I didn't voice it, but I did think to myself, like, oh, it's Knives Out. How long can we talk? And we're clocking at like 2 hours and 40 minutes right now, which is as long as
Yeah, I
last week.
know.
Which is, I know.
And
Why do
I-
we keep doing it?
Dude, I added like 30 minutes or like 20 minutes with the Mario movie, and then I added 20.
I was also part of that.
Yeah.
I had a lot to say about that. I had a lot to say about Hail Larry. Yes.
Let's be honest here.
That's controlling Carl.
Yeah, we all yapped, but let's be honest here. That Mario thing was never going to be 3 minutes long. It was never going to be.
I don't know why I lied to the audience.
Like, no.
Yeah, I was like maybe
I could
30
talk
minutes.
for
Like,
more
I don't
than 3
know.
minutes about that.
Yeah.
I thought I was just gonna be like, I liked it, disliked it. This happened. No, and then no, I had more to say because I was like disappointed with story, but content with like everything else. I'm still tired.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
Go.
Yeah, take us home, Skylar.
Up. Get out of here. So if you made it this far,
Thank you.
wow, thanks.
Yeah.
You heard a lot more of me than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, we're trying to reach 1,000 subs by end of the year, Christmas time. So anything you can do, like, subscribe, share, just watch the video the whole way through. It's greatly appreciated. Let us know your thoughts about Knives Out down below. Next week, Knives Out 2.
Glass Onion.
Yeah, so Knives Out 2. So if you want to see that, come back next week. I'm hoping it'll be a full cast. I'll have Chandler the whole time. This is a weird one because of a holiday.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you made it this far, thanks for sticking it out. This is a hefty time period. You could have watched this movie like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we appreciate it, and we'll see you next week with Knives Out 2.
Yeah, that was perfect. Skylar, you hit everything I was gonna say. We'll see you guys later. Bye. It's weird not waiting for Chan, right? Like it's fucking.
Yeah, it doesn't go right.
Mhm.